old, rolling like a geezer.
I wanted to cut in a lot more clips, but then I thought, are there any other 80s black and white indie comics that were turned into TV shows? And I don't think there were. Maybe there was, and I'm just, you guys can remind me in the chat, but welcome. It's Graybeard's studio. You like how I enunciate that? So there's no confusion. It's Graybeard's studio. This is the best draw stream on the internet, and thank you all for joining us. Now, this show is not just about me. It's about three other guys, 4 total. And let's bring them right now so that we can share the studio experience together. Let's see here. Let's bring in, I had like something really funny I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was. So here's Gary Martin. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at that. He's representing. Dang, I was gonna, you know what it was? I was thinking about that I should introduce, when I introduce you guys, I should have like some credits, like Gary Martin, legendary inkers, worked with blah, 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 Steve Rude, Paul Galassi, me, and then introduce you, to kind of. And that's what I was thinking of doing, and I forgot to do it. But I'll do it with everybody else, though, Gary.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would appreciate that.
Okay, so let's welcome in David Williams. He's a former character designer, animation storyboard artist. He's a legendary comic book artist in his own mind, and it's done some great things. And we hope he'll do some more great things on this show. Everybody, welcome David Williams.
What's that?
I was going to put this on Batman. Yeah, but I changed my mind. Oh, because I knew you were going to say something smart. So I was like, no.
Now he's just a character.
Oh. Somebody else here. This is a guy who's all about color, and I think he's really going to be frustrated today when we get to our topic. But
he's color?
Most recently, done a little Nexus work. And what are you laughing about? Let's welcome the Sasquatch himself, Kelsey Shannon.
Aaron, how many times I have to tell you, I don't see color. I only see black and white.
Only black and white.
Yeah, and I'm getting ready. I got all of my black and white manga.
Oh, get that manga out of here, man.
Yeah, teach you some things. Use Appleseed. I think this was in the 80s, right?
Yeah. Find a way to bring manga into everything.
Well, and there's Xenozoic Tales. I had to pull that out just because, what a hell of a book.
Ooh, that's tempting.
Beautiful book.
See the artist edition of that?
Oh, God, no.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Is there? I forgot.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, that would be nice. That's what I get.
Yeah, same here.
Look at that inking.
Well, I mean, honestly, everything he's done since issue, whatever number this was, he had them printed in grayscale. So technically, everything he's printed from this point on is an artist edition because you get to see.
Well, that's true. I asked him about that because of all his subtle gray tones and line work, and he said that he made an arrangement with his publisher to make sure it was printed.
There is a massive difference when you go from the one issue before to the one where they started doing grayscale. It's just unbelievable, the quality of it. I don't know, that softness it gives.
Yeah, you can see.
So good.
Beautiful stuff. Yeah.
And then there's manga. We gotta check this out.
Yeah, you don't need to show close up on that.
Look at the lushness of that pen stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
And high energy.
Crash.
Well, this is a great sound effect, though.
I think that you're showing an example of your typical Saturday night, I think.
Yeah.
Let me take a moment here and address the chat, and then we'll get rolling. Ronan is here. I think he was the first one in the door. You get nothing for that, Ronan, but we appreciate your participation. Mr. K is here. A leg kick. There's Ronan again. Holder 6480. Caleb Reynolds is here. Repairman Jack. He says he's taking shots at all of us here. He says, "Ahoy, Graybeards. I guess nobody has to worry about painting today. Maybe you'll all finish." Okay.
I hear you can only be creative for about 2 hours a day, so maybe.
That's right.
Maybe.
Triple Six Studios here. Kevin Thomas, of course. Squibs. Let's see. Yasu. Dan, the Pizza Man Genovese is here. There's Gary in the chat. He's also on the show live right now. Okay, how do you pronounce this again, Kelsey?
Bibbly Bob.
Bibbly Bob. There.
You didn't even have to tell me. I knew who you're talking
You know
about.
exactly. You're my go-to pronunciation for this guy. Brian Rubenacher. I got that though. Citizen Ronan. Annie Ken Eudofia. Look at this. He says, "Greetings all. My second time catching the live stream. Excellent. Thank you for joining us." Bill Weist is here. The Green Laser, NTM Comics. Let's see who. John is here. Just simply John. Weird. He says YouTube on my TV has Graybeards listed as 8 p.m. Is that like in the TV guide?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sandwiched between Wheel of
Next to
Fortune
MASH.
and Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Skull Nash
right
is
after
here.
A Country Reporter. Yeah.
There's Leg Kick. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here. Kellraiser, Paul Taylor, our resident biologist, is here. Death Metal Hero says, "What up, Aaron, Gary, Dave, and Kelsey? Let's go!" So he's excited. Let's see. Marcus Killigrew, knowledge of all things pop culture, is here. Gnomsky. Let's see.
I have these Wolverines that are black and white. Or do
That
these count?
That doesn't count.
Oh.
Jeez. Chris Ramiar. He says, "I only see half the beards." Well, that's true, but they're all here in spirit.
Let's see if I can get mine in a shot. There you go.
There it is.
Hello.
That's massive. More beard than any of us can handle.
That was Kelsey's chest hair. That doesn't count.
Karan Zenith from Australia is here. Octagon is here. The Normie Nerd. No Madaman. Toshiro is here. He always dropped the last name because I was struggling with it, so I appreciate that. Evil One is back in the fold. Thanks for joining us.
Ooh, Full Metal Guardian Faust.
Antonio Raschillo. Warlock 5 was a great black and white comic. Was it?
Which one?
Warlock 5.
Oh, yeah.
See,
I don't know what that
you would
is.
know. You probably read it. Sketch 51 is here. It says, "Batman has no beard. Kick him." Brody Limbruggen. Okay, so you guys, if you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe button if you don't mind. Helps us grow to gigantic proportions that we can actually match the massiveness of Kelsey's beard.
Can I answer that last one about Batman not having a beard?
Yeah.
In current Batman, Catwoman is his beard.
Oh. Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. See? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, today we are doing black and white 80s comics, specifically the big indie revolution that probably hit about 85 and went through 89, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mhm.
Good times. A lot of great titles. Ones that I wasn't even I hadn't even thought of initially. But yeah, you got the Turtles, you got the Tick, those are the obvious ones. Fish Police, Sam and Max was one. Of course, Xenozoic Tales.
Mhm.
We're not going to mention any manga stuff, but you can. I'll go Lone Wolf and Cub because I remember that was kind of a big deal at that time.
What about Akira?
Kira? Well, okay.
Oh yeah.
Wraith. Wraith of God. Woo! Radioactive black belt teenage. Was it? Adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters was a big smash there for a while. Mad Unplugged TV. Look at
How
that.
about Mad Magazine?
Well, that predated the 80s, though. You can't really count that. There's some black and white
Okay.
Derek Robertson of Transmetropolitan fame had Space Beaver. That was black and white.
Oh, that was actually great.
I remember Space Beavers. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dark Horse. Remember Dark Horse Presents came out and they had Concrete, Black Cross.
Yeah.
Chris
Black
Warner,
Cross.
Boris the
Chris
Bear.
Warner.
Boris the Bear.
Yeah, Boris.
So
Yeah, you can go to Caliber and get into. I can't think of anything they had. Kilroy was here, I guess.
Was Men in Black? Was Men in Black? Was that a black and white from Malibu or Friends at Malibu? I know they were doing Dinosaurs for Hire, and that was black and white.
Oh, Was that 80s though? That was probably 80. They're probably right at the cutoff. Somebody mentioned Bone. And I remember me reading Bone in the 90s, but I don't know. If
Bone wasn't. I don't remember it being.
Bone was a 90s thing, I think.
Because I would love to do Bone. I love that book. It's great.
Dinosaurs for Hire. You might be right. That might have been just the start of the 90s, so I don't know that we can count that.
Because Image kind of came out in 91 officially, so it might have been right at the cutoff. Batman. My timing linchpin for everything is Batman 1989. Because I remember so much that was going on right around that time period.
Yeah. We were all buzzing about going to the first real superhero movie. What was going to be like? Yeah.
Thank God they pulled it off, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
Right, David?
Yeah.
That's right.
So Aaron, did you not like that movie when it came out? I'm not talking about looking back, but when it came out.
I remember being a little disappointed because the tone of it I thought was a little too glib, and I wanted it more serious than it was.
Mm.
I mean, it had serious parts to it, but I thought Nicholson's performance was a bit cartoonish. I thought, although the sets were incredible.
Oh yeah, Anton First.
There's something that felt really kind of artificial about the whole thing to me, and I was like, I wanted something more like what Christopher Nolan did with the first Batman Begins film, I guess, is maybe what I was hoping we were going to get.
Correction to Kelsey. His name is Anton Headfirst.
Oh, jeez. Too soon?
Too soon.
Oh, my gosh. Look at this Skull Nasher saying, kick Lopez. Hey, I'm hard to please, when it comes to movies. My problem is I always go into everything with expectations. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be as disappointed as I am most of the time.
Once the 2000s started, I stopped going to the movies with any kind of expectations. And I've enjoyed myself a lot more, actually.
That's key. That is the key, I think.
Yeah.
See, that's why my policy is not to see the movie trailers before I go see the film.
Oh, yeah.
I want to just not know anything about it.
Have zero expectation and just let the movie speak to you naturally, organically. Okay, so let's do a little quick round robin here, a little show and tell, if you will, before we get started. Gary's got some stuff.
Gary's got a good one.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Kit Carter, if I do say so myself. Very nicely done. Look at that.
Got the Wallywood background going on.
Yeah, I love
this is actually the a little background. We were talking about Kit last week, and I had this idea in my head, and I couldn't get it out, so I stopped all my work and worked on this for a couple of days. This is actually the detail. This is not the whole piece.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. Yeah. I don't know that much about Kit, but
Neither do I.
bet her. Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty.
Okay, well then I'll help you out here. I bet her hijinks constantly gets her into the soup.
Yeah.
So
That's
let's
fair
see
enough.
what kind of trouble she's
Pretty
in.
much.
Oh, are you gonna? Oh, is there? You're gonna? Oh!
Oh,
Wow.
oh.
Gee, money.
It's an homage and a pinup.
All right, dude. That's going in the book.
Gee,
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
Gee, friggin' money.
Excuse me, I said Wallywood. I meant Frank Frazetta.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, so I started like, no, I'll just drop in this Frazetta background, and 2 days later I was still working on it.
I just want to know, is there more image below? Because like I feel like we're not seeing the whole thing.
Well, that's part of the storytelling. That Kelsey, you just enough said, okay.
That is awesome, Gary. I will definitely use that.
So I started, here's the original, and it's magazine size.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
I started a recreation of the original Famous Funnies cover like a year ago. So here are the pencils.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
full screen. Yeah. Holy
Here are the
smokes.
pencils. I literally did this a year ago, and it's this has been sitting around all this time, and I thought, you know what? I'm never going to ink this. It's just so ambitious, and I thought, why don't I just use the cover, and I mean the background, and so I swiped this background and used it for the kit piece. So that's
what about putting that out there? I know you got your system with your little marks and stuff for your particular way of inking, but have you ever thought about putting something out there for potential inkers? Because you kind of have like a whole school of inkers thing going on with your book, with your inking book that you started years ago. You ever feel like keeping that kind of thing up?
no, not really.
No, okay.
But I'll show some of this stuff. Hold on a second. Let me share the screen again. And I do have pencils to this. And you can see the comparison. Hold on a sec.
Any day now.
Okay, it's ready, Aaron.
Okay.
Could you pull that up?
Okay.
So here are the pencils. And so I just dropped, got rid of the two figures and dropped Kid in there. And then inks.
Drop it like it's hot.
That's right.
I'm loving that, man. That's
So
awesome.
if you see, like on Kit, where I'm just block out where I'm going to do the gray tones, I don't actually do the line work in pencil, and her hair is kind of a layout.
Let me
Oops,
know.
Wrong one. Hold on a second. So anyway, so she's just like a basic figure, and then I do the rendering in the ink.
Let me know after the show how much you want for the original.
If I
$1
want.
million.
Well,
yeah, we can talk about that. I don't have any plans for it.
okay. All right, that's very cool, Gary. David, can you match that for coolness?
Not at all.
Give it a shot.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's make David big here. Oh, that's a nice piece. Look at that.
Kelsey, remember when I did the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman?
Yeah, this
a
is
while
an
ago?
alternate.
This was the first time I did the Wonder Woman, and I didn't like it, and I went with the other one. And I found this. I was like, oh, why didn't I just put this up for sale? And
I know. Her eyes are fantastic.
it's up for sale, guys, if you guys want it.
Look at those eyes, man. That's
She's
so
demanding that you buy it. Look at her.
Yes. You want this. You want it.
Wow, that's
a great
amazing.
piece. I love that.
What is that crayon or is that like?
mask?
It's Prisma pencil.
Yeah.
Oh,
black
okay.
color, yeah.
Like done on its side or something? Like
No.
rose? Oh, okay. Is it a toothy paper?
It's got
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit.
That's so cool.
Like Bruce Timm would get, like he would draw on regular like copy paper, and sometimes when he would get that pebbly thing, you know, like the cork board that's on the reverse of like a clipboard or whatever, and it's kind of rough. He'd put it on that and just do the texture like that.
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
he was clever.
Building the secrets.
Yeah. And I found some Hulk Power Pack pages, which is weird. But I have some of these.
Is man down there?
Yes.
Or is that?
No, that's yes, John Fetterman. Get out of here. You don't belong here with those stupid sweats.
I recognize those inks.
Yeah. Gary Martin inks.
Look at the expressions on those characters' faces. That's great.
That was a fun little series you guys did. I like that one.
Did Wheezy write that?
No, I forgot. Mark Sumerak.
Oh, okay.
He wrote it. And I got this Superman from a couple weeks ago. Oh, this is what I have.
Howard Donut Superman. You gave him color.
Yeah. Fixed it up. Put the background on there. This was the winner, but I found the pencils to the Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah. Look, that Judge Dredd is a candidate for the black and white books today.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's true, man. You could say you're done already.
Yep, done. There you go.
Oh, you got to fill in all that black. That's what you got to do.
Son of a...
Yeah. No getting out of it.
So that's all the stuff I got.
That's
awesome. Nice. That's
Wait a minute. What did you do last week?
What did I do last week?
What was last week? No, last week was that stupid manga stuff.
It was One Piece. Where's your One Piece?
I still got to color it.
Oh.
So that's going to be a while.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, right?
All right, Kelsey, now you can remind us. What have you got to show us?
Well, I only have one giant piece to lay on you. My one piece. Lay it right on the table. My one piece from last week. Luffy,
so good.
who I misspelled his name. I think it's Luffi, not Loofi. But I forget what her name is. Cutie McButtons.
This pains me to say this out loud, but this is a remarkably accomplished piece for 2 hours.
Yeah,
yeah, it is.
One among many. I'm telling you. Yeah, you're right.
Well, no, this is probably better than most of your efforts. But
oh yeah, let's see. Wait, let me
he's whipping it out. Got the portfolio action. Oh man.
Let's see what else we got.
Okay. I'm starting to think that it's just not red that gets him over. It's his big Tiggo bitties that he puts on everything.
Oh, is that what it is? Hold on. I know I got more in here somewhere.
I know there's some hidden ones in that.
While you're pulling out this stuff, Kelsey, the art auction is next week, not 2 weeks from now. This is episode 39, so next week is the art auction. So everybody get ready for some excitement next week.
Oh man, I forgot about that one. You didn't finish that arm.
I know. I gotta finish the arm.
Oh, dude. Come on.
I still gotta send this one out. It has got a few I gotta send out actually. Going to the post office tomorrow. Mañana.
Yeah, tomorrow never comes. You know what that old saying.
That's an old Bond film, yeah.
You've been painting your ass off. God,
well, a lot of these have been waiting to go out because of the waiting on the what do you call it? The campaign. Now that's done. I'm dragging my feet, so I have no excuses, and I need to get it out. So it's going out very shortly.
All right. Let's take a look at. Gary brought up something here.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
That's what it looks like with the blacks filled in. So wait a minute now. Gary, did you light table this?
I think it's Blue Line. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
David, do you remember?
Yeah. It was a Blue Line.
So wait,
yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask the same thing you did. Yeah, go ahead.
Why?
When I do Blue Line, I try. I try to do the blue line as light as possible, so you don't see that much of it on the original after it's
But
inked.
why didn't you ink the original? What's the story here?
Sienkiewicz did it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
And did you ask me to ink this, or did I ask you if I could ink it?
I can't remember, but I like whatever you did. I was just like, oh, you know.
So this is like me not holding back on my Boland.
There you go.
That's
Never
really
hold your bowling back.
Yeah, things get backed up and it's uncomfortable. You just don't need one. You don't want to do that. Okay, actually, I have stuff to show this week, which I haven't had because I've been in editor mode for so long. But look at those paint splotches. What do you guys think of that?
Too orange.
Yeah, too orange.
Right?
Like, don't you think? Look at that. Fine art right there, man.
Yeah.
What's just to the right of that? Yeah, let's see your random sketches. Is this what you're doing when you're like are in a block or something?
Oh my goodness.
Look at this.
I'm on the phone usually.
Your sketchbook is on butcher paper? Like, what is this?
No, I had to put this up in the auction, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's what I've been working on.
Do you have phone numbers on there?
Probably.
Hey,
I don't know.
Yeah,
if they
watch
are
it.
yet.
Yeah.
Well, they're like doctor's stuff. So if you need a doctor's appointment, it's either at their doctor call. Where is it?
I see Gary's phone number. We'll give you a
Yeah.
One number on here that I look. There's Kevin Grievous's name.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Call the dermatologist for mom. That's right. Okay, so I got early. We'll get to the campaigns in a second, but I got early sign up for Kit Carter graphic novel. As you saw, Gary did a really nice piece, but I've been kind of fooling around with different cover ideas, and this was, you guys saw this one before, the kind of movie poster idea. Well, I expanded on it. Oops.
Oh, I like
Where's
that
the
one.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Hang on a second here. So I expanded on it, and I actually did a live stream, and people they want me to use this, but as a poster, and they like this better for the actual cover. Something.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree too. Yeah.
The bigger Kit Carter figure on it, and
It's got some action.
Yeah, someone last week suggested that.
Has a little Art Adams vibe to it.
Oh, I steal from everybody. So, anyway, so these are my cover roughs. But here, I needed to do some artwork.
Oh, cool.
Here's our villain for the Kit Carter graphic novel.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
Don't mess with this dude. And so I actually needed some artwork for the video or the trailer, and so I put this together. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I make a trading card out of this guy too? Put it in the campaign, and but also use it for the trailer. So there you go. I got to color this up now. But
what did you ink that with? Sorry.
What?
It was gas.
I inked this with 3 different things. I started off with this brush pen.
Yeah.
And it started going dry on me.
Thing number 1.
We switched to the Zig.
Thing number 2.
And then for the detail stuff, I went in with a little micron.
Okay.
So all 3 have got a hand in this. So
I could see where you did the micron, but I can't tell the difference between the Zig and the brush.
Yeah, that's called controlling your tool.
That's right.
There's no controlling this tool.
Yeah, I'm still controlling my tool. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, that's what I've been working on.
Very cool. All those pens when all you need is one brush. Right, Gary?
That's right.
Yeah,
Really know what you're doing
until it doesn't hold a point anymore.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a dry brush.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
All right, let me go through our campaigns just real quickly, and we'll get started drawing. As everybody knows by now, Wraith of God closed down, and it is at the present it's no longer taking orders for it, or at least pre-orders. But I do have the I'm going to share this real quick. I do have the early sign up for it. Kit Carter Planet Doom graphic novel. The advantage to signing up early for this is you get an exclusive trading card by our own David Williams. And the only way you can get that card for free is to sign up early. And then when you order, you get the card as a bonus gift.
Have we seen that art?
Yep.
That's the art for the trading card that you get with the Wraith of God Blood Hunters.
I showed it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, there you go.
Where is it? Is it too dark? I can't see it, can you?
And it's too small. But yeah.
Anyway, yeah. It's so anyway, guys, get over there and sign up. You'll find the link in the description of this video. Now, let's take a look at Kelsey's got something. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to get personal, but he does have a campaign up as well.
Yeah, enough about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Kelsey, you want to give a little sales pitch here?
Yeah, Scribbles is a layout and design works book. It is filled with probably well over 100 different comic books, entirely in layout form, pinups, covers, unpublished work, published work, everything. You get a nice behind-the-scenes look at the art before the art. You know, stuff that you never get to see. It gets shoved in a drawer, and now I'm providing it here for you. So a rare behind-the-scenes look at
Gazongas.
At the Gazongas. Our very own Anna, that Star Wars girl, which I've done probably more artwork of than anybody. So
how much of it is in the book? That's your selling point right there.
Most of it. Except for my private pieces.
Yeah, why isn't that not the cover?
Yeah, exactly. What's wrong with you, Kelsey?
I don't know. I should have. Yeah.
Not too late.
I guess that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to the printers. Probably. What's the day? Probably. I'd like to get it out in the next week or two. And then you could still get it. I'm overprinting it a little bit, but there's not going to be many. And, it's going to be a pretty limited item.
This is still. They can still contribute, right? It's still open.
Yes.
Yeah. So get this thing, man. Get this up to at least 20 grand. Let's go, you guys. Come on. This is a killer book. I'm pretty sure I ordered it.
Well, it's very boutique.
You're pretty sure.
This is a lot for process junkies only. You know, so a lot of people, you normies out there, you're not going to want this. It's not for you.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Only the sophisticates should sign up.
Only people really in the know, people who really understand these things, really need to get it. So don't worry.
The hipsters.
Yeah.
Evil One says, I got to head out to an appointment, have fun, and hopefully David will finish something today. Ooh, taking a shot on the way out the door. Thanks for joining us, so Evil One. And watch us in reruns. We're more exciting that way because you can fast forward.
I'm going to intentionally not finish because you said that.
All right, so that's you'll find the link in the description of this video for Kelsey's campaign. This is Gary's. Brush with Destiny. Gary, give us your 2 cents worth on this.
Yeah, this one, it started out pretty good and then it slowed way down. So I need you guys to help me out here. This is actually my fundraising scheme so I can do a Space Babe graphic novel. Although my Space Babe will have less hijinks. It's more dramatic. And the accoutrements are more authentic as well. Yes, it's going to be highly researched, and it'll take place like maybe 10, 20 years in the future. So it'll be a similar type universe. So this is all commission pieces and pieces that I did for conventions, and most of these are prints that I've sold. It's going to be plus 100 pages, around 8 by 10 in size. What else can I say about it?
You say they got some original art here for sale as well on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is some original art. I haven't sold any of those yet. There's other artwork waiting in the wings if I do sell some. Although I can't put Kit Carter in here because this book would be out before Aaron's graphic novel, so that that would.
That's right, and that would be copyright infringement. I'd have to sue you.
Yep.
Check
Yep.
it
It would turn into this whole thing, and you have to choose
exactly.
sides, and
The ultimate coffee table book for the art fiend in your life.
That's right. Look at that.
Thank you, Kelsey. I couldn't have said it better.
That's right. So this book should be doing way more than it's doing. So you guys get out there, spread the word, back this book. If you love good art, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be backing this book. And of course, now David's got a couple things. There's Bass Reeves is still available to order on Indiegogo. There it is. And, this has a David Williams wraparound cover and then a hardcover by our good friend, Andrew Robinson. You may remember him from the show last week.
Yeah, I smoked him.
Yeah. Okay. But also the original art that David was showing in our little show and tell segment, the links for every one of those pieces on Comic Art Fans Gallery. The links are in the description of this video. If you're interested in that original art, click on those links and follow it. Or if you're interested in backing Bass Reeves, and this book is done. I believe it's getting near the printer, so we won't have to wait too long. Anyway, so those are everybody's campaigns. Now it's time for.
Oh, what are we in an hour? Are we an hour in yet? Like, what?
Well, it takes. There's a certain amount of warm up time required. So. Wait a minute. Blackjack says that is Gary's subtle way of calling Aaron a joke. What?
No, you might interpret it that way, but you would be incorrect. I mean, yes, why would I do a Kit Carter piece of my own if I didn't respect Aaron's?
That's right. Hidden Hand Media. When is Wraith shipping? They're telling me I should be getting it back mid-October, so I'm hoping to start getting books out. If that actually happens, you never can tell with printers. But if that happens, I'll be getting books out, before Halloween. I won't be able to get all of them out before Halloween, but some of them will be. So that's, from what I know right now, that's what I'm being told. So there you go.
Gary's Space Girl book is called Kite Crater, right? Like
Kite Crater. That's close enough. Close enough.
Just need 7 changes and you're good. That's it. Make her a brunette.
Look at that scene.
Yeah, you got to give her like librarian glasses.
Yeah, that's different.
I'm using my last piece of Blitz Studio 11x14 vellum bristle. So you see the pad is now David saves these cardboard pieces to draw on.
Yeah, paint on them.
11x14 going small today, huh?
What are you talking about? That's twice the size what you're working.
What do you mean? This is like 22x30.
A magnifying glass on your camera.
I'm just a big giant. I'm a big giant guy. Yeah, I'm a big guy.
Postage stamp. Jeez.
I'm all hands.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
what the ladies say anyway.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
What's everybody drawing? Share.
Yeah, I have no idea. What are you guys drawing?
I'm drawing Madman and Grendel.
Oh, you're doing it. Oh, he's going double.
You can't take both of those.
Yes, I most certainly can.
And I don't think either one of those was black and white to begin with.
Yes, they were.
They sure were.
Grendel was black and white.
Yep.
Yeah. It was like, wasn't Grendel in that Kamiko primer?
Yeah.
Listen to Kelsey. Listen to Kelsey throwing the challenge flag. You can't do that.
Well, I mean, if I'd have thought of Grendel, I would have been doing Grendel, but I didn't think of it first. So I'm trying to find a loophole.
Yeah.
No more than one cool character at a time. How about that?
You mentioned something on Twitter to me in the messages that you were going to do. What was it? I can't remember.
I don't know. Let me go look because I forgot.
You're too young to have short-term memory like that.
It was a good idea.
Something you were very passionate about.
Oh,
what did
my
I
goodness.
say?
Those were originally black and white. I didn't know that, says Bill Weist. Yes. Grenville was black and white. Now, I don't know about Madman, but I'll
Yeah,
take
it was. The first books were black and white.
There you go. Okay.
Well, I was saying Cerebus, Love and Rockets, or Xenozoic Tales. You know,
That I was thinking. Yeah, I see you as kind of a Love and Rockets guy, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, but I don't really have a good idea for one.
Well, I'm going to do the Tick.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Like my favorite.
All right, I might have to do Nexus because everybody's saying Nexus. I did Nexus.
Whoa, hang on now. Was Nexus?
It didn't start off as black and white.
Originally published in black and white.
It was? Wow.
So there, take your Grindel and shove it. I don't know. Somebody else. Let's see. I'm seeing
Challenge yourself, Kelsey. Don't do what you've already done.
Usagi. I love Usagi. I could totally easily get down.
Don't be like David. Challenge yourself. Don't talk Batman all the time.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a challenger here. Torchbearer Studio says Madman was 3 colors originally. Black and white with a spot color.
Uh-oh, David.
Does that count?
No.
I'm calling an audible.
He used gray tone. It wasn't a color.
It wasn't blue. It wasn't like that blue.
I don't think so.
We'll let it slide.
Yeah.
I'm counting points off your
yeah, exactly. Well, no, wait a minute. Torchbearer Studios is saying the Spirit, but now the Spirit was Golden Age. It started in the Golden Age, so that doesn't count.
I'm a little bit miffed that no one has mentioned the black and white stories that I did in Dark Horse Presents during the Chris Warner.
Which ones were those? You drew
Weapon Crusader.
Oh, that, you know what?
Wow.
Yeah, everyone's going, oh, yeah.
Let me see if I remember this.
I
I was obsessed with those.
Weapon Crusader was.
Was that like a Christian character thing or something?
No. It was a guy that wanted to be a superhero and he got beat up a lot.
Oh, well, okay. That's good too.
Dark Horse Presents number 15.
It was the early issues. It was in some of the concretes and
Captain Crusader.
Chris Warner stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do them.
And I did three chapters, and the third chapter I was late, so I got help from none other than Ernie Colon and Paul Glacy.
Wow. So you're unreliable, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Antonio is asking me if I'm familiar with the American. Yeah, that's
Yes.
That's more
Rand.
Chris Warner stuff.
Chris Warner.
No, that's Black Cross. No,
Yeah,
the American.
Yeah, he did the American.
He did the American.
He drew it, but he didn't write it.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Last American. My bad. The American. I don't know. Let me look that up. Chris Warner. I love Chris Warner stuff.
Yeah, Chris Warner. Yeah.
Why did he stop drawing?
Because he
editor.
thought it was too much work.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm lazy.
And that's why he became an editor. So he stopped. I don't think he's drawn anything for years.
He was
He
great.
was so good.
Chris
It didn't come easy for him, and based on how much effort he put into it, I'm paraphrasing, how much effort he put into it and how much he was getting paid, he just didn't think it was worth it.
I'm writing. I wrote. What?
I was just going to say, Chris was a guy that you could go to a convention, you got a sketch from him, it looked just like you'd get in the comic.
Yes, yeah. His
Paul
convention
Ryan,
sketch game was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Ryan was another guy. You got like, I got an Iron Man up here that he did. It looks just like, from an issue of Iron Man.
I have a Black Cross, and it's in my sketchbook, and it's published quality.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. Neil Orr, thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Neil Orr.
Rassamane is saying panel make Gary sad. Your brushwork looks like a pen.
You take that as a compliment.
Well, that's,
As much as I keep,
I didn't know how to insult Gary.
that's not an insult, so you got to try harder than that.
as much as I keep telling him, yeah, you got to use pen. I want it to look like a pen. He's oh, okay. Well, I still use a brush.
I tried.
Demon Eye says one of his favorites, absolute favorites, is Michael Gilbert's Mr. Monster.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Color.
He wrote him once, and he sent him a sketch. Super nice guy. Whatever happened to him? That's a good question. I don't know.
He's still. I keep seeing stuff from Mr. Monster coming out. In fact, I think I'm gonna do that one. I didn't know that was started as a black and white. I thought that was.
I think it was color, wasn't it? Wasn't it Eclipse? He was same. Whoever was publishing Rocketeer, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they're saying Rocketeer started in black and white. Is that
That's
true?
not true.
That is not true.
That was color because that was Pacific Comics, right? That
Yep,
did.
yep.
Yeah.
And that was
I'm
all-
about to do Faust in a second.
Oh, no,
Faust.
people are hiding their children right now. You can't watch it anymore, Junior.
All right. Let me just draw and see what happens. Maybe something will happen.
Maybe something will happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, now this is a fertile ground of material. You should You should do a guy like you should do Cerebus. I think.
Yeah,
You're a Cerebus kind of guy, aren't you?
I have to draw those really ornate backgrounds, though.
I know, right?
Well, you
Yeah,
can't.
I think, Kelsey, I think he's trying to get you to fall into a trap because Cerebus is a cartoony character, so it doesn't require much effort.
Oh well, then I'll get done quick, right? Like,
Yeah, right.
No, because you'll be struggling for an hour and a half figuring out how to put red in it.
I already know. I got my secret weapon ready to go. All right, I think I am going to do Cerebus.
Willie J. Draws is suggesting Flaming Carrot.
Oh, that's a good one. But was that black and white also?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Was that Gumby? No, the Gumby
No.
specials, that was
No.
color, right?
Those all color.
Yeah, David, you did something for that, didn't you?
Nope.
Liar. Didn't you do a color?
RF? Kelsey, the
Yeah.
great suggestions are flying in.
Oh,
RF
makes
is
me-
saying
Boris the Bear.
Megaton Man or Omaha the Cat Dancer.
Oh, that's a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know Megaton Man much. I know I've seen him. I know what he looks like, but I've never read any of his stuff.
Yeah, he
What was
looks
that
like
one Roach character?
Oh, that was from the Tick.
No.
Oh, you mean from Cerebus Roach?
No. It was his own book. It was Roach something.
Roach Crab?
Gosh, dang it. Killer Roach Mill.
Let me
Something.
try to do Cerebus, Usagi, and
You're soggy.
yeah, Usagi, Flaming Carrot, and Cerebus in one piece.
No, that would be awesome.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I see you're gonna make me feel guilty for only drawing the tip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Aaron. Well, you're almost done already.
I know. I feel like I'm cheating, but
You're gonna have to pack the background with figures.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna do that. But
You don't have to say it with such disdain in your voice.
All right. Let's see what we can do here.
yeah, that sounds like work.
Never drawn Cerebus in my life. Read a lot of his books though. Never drawn him though.
I actually had some guy contact me not too long ago about he wanted one of the turtles and Cerebus in a color piece, which I did. And then I thought, oh, this looks pretty good. And then like 3 months later, apparently he commissioned Chris Stevens to do the same thing. Chris just like made me look like a child.
He was doing his own art battle, and you guys didn't even know.
I'm guessing that he might have paid more for Chris's than
Yeah, right.
A lot more.
so that's unfair when you
I did a piece for that same guy too.
Oh, did you?
Oh, so you were competing with David too?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I never saw
Poor
Dave.
guy.
I'm not sure I want to now.
Hey, Repairman Jack has a good point. He's saying that you guys are missing out on the auction money for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But there was several people who were like, "No, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." I'm guessing because that's the easy.
Oh, okay.
The easy one, of course. Yeah, I could win out right now just doing a Ninja Turtle. Nah, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna do this guy.
Who are you doing again?
I'm doing Cerebus, Flaming Carrot, and Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh man, you're
Why don't you do Flaming Cerebus? Usagi Turtles. And
All right, here we go. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Listen to this. Hello? Hello?
All right, Digger.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
hello.
You just said that on.
We're gonna get
the live
flagged.
stream. Yes, you did.
That's right.
Yeah. I keep telling you, quit calling me at this time.
Oh man, let me get off.
Yeah, you go get off. All right, peace.
Yeah, you said it, not us.
Yeah. I told you, Gary.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. Yeah, I kind of believed you, but to hear it with my own ears.
Evan Grievous will be joining me on my show in 2 weeks. So
It's a nice introduction. Yeah.
Set him up.
Yeah, he's gonna be on here to apologize for getting you demonetized.
Yeah. Not if he gets demonetized first, he ain't gonna be on here.
Right. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, people.
You did that on purpose. Get out of here.
I didn't make him do that.
You were like, listen.
That was a layup for you.
Oh my goodness.
Well, the funny thing about it is I didn't know David was black.
Yeah, right. I'm not. They burned up my card a long time ago.
Yeah, that's right. Burned up my card.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Gosh, how do we follow that? I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
Gary, do a menstrual routine, quick.
Oh my gosh! If we could draw as if we were half as good an artists as we were comedians, now we might have a show.
Not as good an artist, but we try.
We do the best we can.
All right, David, shake it off and start drawing.
I'm looking for some reference.
Yeah, okay.
And I just
started
over on a piece. So.
Hang on a second, man.
You were.
I just need exactly a quote, but David said something to the effect of, "Man, I'm going to do Grendel. I'll be done in like 15 minutes and just sit back and watch it." You know what he's drawing. Oh my gosh!
He's looking for the right reference to copy.
Yeah.
Here's my beginnings of my Cerebus. He's
We
not
can't
holding
tell
a
what that
schlong.
is. Yeah, we cannot tell what that is.
Trust me, it's
I
great.
can see it.
You're just gonna
Whatever
have
it
to
is,
trust me.
it's awesome.
I got to figure out how to get. Let's see, Usagi, Flaming Carrot might be the hard one. Let's see. I got a Christmas card or a birthday card from Bob Burden, and I got like a drawing. I wonder if I can find it.
Really?
Yeah, I got a little Flaming Carrot drawing in my birthday card. That was fun.
Why do I giggle every time you say flaming carrot?
Because it's funny. That's the charm of Flaming Carrot. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Burden is a character. He's hilarious. If that's
he's great.
If it, going to like after convention parties, he's the guy to hang around.
Mm-hmm.
I sat next to him on the shuttle bus from the hotel to the convention center at San Diego one year, and I can't remember what he said, but I don't think I remember what he said when I got off the bus, or at least I didn't understand what he said, but it was funny. I started talking to him going, this guy is out there.
I mean, obviously, the Flaming Carrot. I mean,
Well,
people forget he did the what's the one with the superheroes? The was made into a movie.
Mystery Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it was
Yeah.
You know,
I never read the comic, honestly, but I saw the movie.
you know who we forgot? We forgot Reed Fleming, world's toughest milkman.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Did we forget?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we're the only ones.
Yeah, did we forget?
Yeah.
I guess you put it that way.
Brian Blevin says he bets that David's art style would make an incredible goon piece.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but that's 90s. 90s.
Honestly, David's art would be great for anything.
Yeah.
Except apparently Grendel.
Well, yeah.
Can't seem to get going on that, but
I'm giving you guys a nice, hefty head start.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, David, this is right up your alley. Kevin Thomas suggests Elf Quest.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
What, no elves?
I might draw Wendy Peeney in a Red Sonja.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah, we're getting someplace.
Dang, I should have thought about some Frank Thorne stuff. That would have been great. Perfect. Black and white 80s stuff, Frank Thorne all the way.
You know, he's doing some weird stuff though, man. Back
Yeah,
then.
he was.
Weird or awesome?
Weird. Like, I'm very uncomfortable right now. Weird.
He's a product of the 60s and 70s, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he sure does. He was
even
like,
though he was born in like the 30s or something like that.
Young.
What?
He was old when he was young.
Yeah, he was born in like the 30s or something. He was.
Well, what was he doing? What did it take him so long, to get into comics in the late 70s,
He didn't. He was drawing comics the whole time. He was an assistant or something like that for Kubert.
He was in comics for a while before his name became known.
He took over. He took over Tarzan for a long time.
Yeah,
which I love because he really captures the Kubert look in that stuff.
And that's the reason why I didn't like his Red Sonja, because I thought it looked too much like Kubert.
Oh,
I wanted the more. I was addicted to the Filipino artists. Nebres and Alcala and Redondo, and so anything that was, way off of that, I was pretty snobbish about.
Yeah, Nebres was my guy, man.
Oh,
I picked up anything I could find with that guy's name on it.
Me too.
I know. Well, Nebres was always better inking somebody because his structure was always questionable.
Yeah. His anatomy was kind of funky, but funky in a good way. But it was still.
Yeah, but if he inked like Buscema, he'd have that perfect anatomy, but he would give it that zip, that extra flair that Buscema didn't have.
Yeah. Yeah, and the stuff he did on John Carter over Joe Kane was it's legendary.
Yep.
I don't know.
I
if
had
I've
a
ever
conversation with Dick Giordano about those guys once at DC, and about DC is really responsible for bringing them over to America from the Philippines.
Yeah,
and he was saying, talking about how great they were, but he says you had to be careful every once in a while. You have to check out their backgrounds because you see like a grass hut back there, stuff like that. And
why is there a grass hut in Gotham? I don't.
Well, because they're coming from the Philippines.
Pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
So in the middle of New York City, it's like, what's that?
Who else? Who else they had? Nino was from that.
Nino, yeah, Redondo,
Freaking amazing. Yeah.
Here,
yeah,
check this out.
Alfredo Alcala, his Kona stuff over Basima is. Oh,
Wait! Don't interrupt Aaron while
Wait,
he's stopping.
yeah,
drawing
Aaron,
to
what
show
do you
something.
got there?
Yeah.
The glare.
Ooh,
Take it out of the thing.
I'm taking it. There you go. There's my Nebra's original.
Woo!
Wow,
At
that's
a,
crazy good.
She's got hairy
yeah,
legs.
I would never commission him to do anything because I wasn't sure, anatomy wise, what would come out of it. And so I looked through the stuff he already had done and found a piece that I liked and then grabbed it. So this is all
That's
done in
amazing.
Sharpie, by the way, if you can believe that.
It's what?
Yeah, later in his career, he stopped using brushes.
But dude, this is all done in Sharpie. Are you kidding me?
What?
I know, but he tries to make it look like a brush.
Sharpie.
Well, I'd say pretty successful.
Yeah,
Like the thin Sharpie pens? I mean, what?
Sharpies, just all the different, the thin and the thick ones. Combo. Look at that.
Crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
How is it not
know.
bleeding?
yeah, it's like they use tools that we just don't know even exist, or they have extra magic when they use tools that we
Yeah.
And the thing is, the funny thing is, because I asked him, and he said, "Yeah, I think this was a Sharpie," and I went, "You got to be freaking kidding me!" And I took it out and smelled it, and it smelled like Sharpie. It doesn't even it did.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. Look at that stuff on the tree. Look at that. Just
That's
nuts.
amazing.
Yeah, it is great.
Their texture and rendering is like
I know, yeah. The textures
are
are crazy.
yeah.
And they I've seen them like Nebri's layouts, like for that tree, is he just blocks in the shape and then he does all that texturing in the inking stage. He doesn't pencil all that.
Man.
Yeah.
Like man.
Yeah, no said.
Yeah, it's wild. So good.
L.E. Munoz says that he actually hired a Filipino colorist for his MySpace Truckers short. Great colorist, but very expensive.
Really? That's strange. I thought you go to those guys because they were cheaper than the Americans.
I think now they've
Oh, that's true.
originally they were probably
Now, if you want
extremely
cheap art, you
affordable.
go to the Americans.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. No, we'll draw for peanuts.
Yeah, Henry Dearmeck is laying it down.
What?
Alcala, Chan, Nino, Nebris, De Zuniga. De Zuniga's was amazing. E.R. Cruz, Esteban, Moroto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys. Was Esteban Filipino? I thought he was Spanish.
It could have been There's Argentina also plays
Okay,
into
yeah,
this
yeah.
mix. Argentina has some similarities and Italian on some degree, but there's definitely differences. They're all amazing though.
Yeah. Yes, I was mentioning Alcala. His Stuff and Savage sort of Conan over Basima is just legendary.
I still like Nebra's more than Akala, though.
Really?
Yeah. Akala inked a issue of Don Newton's, and it was in Batman. I think it was the.
No, he did more. He was the regular inker on that. He was.
I'm just saying, Newton wasn't a regular penciler, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he?
They did a stint together. That's when I was in New York at the time, and I was trying to get Len Wein was the editor, trying to get Len to let me ink Don Newton on Batman, because I know what you're going to say, that his style is so overpowering that you don't want that kind of inker on Don Newton. And that's what I was trying to pitch to Len Wein, and Len Wein would just like open the art drawer and was showing me some originals, and I was like, okay, I get your point, because it's so gorgeous. He did kind of take over Don Newton, but it's just the final product was just amazing.
Yeah, I've got I think it was the issue that Simonson did that great, was that 366, where the Joker and Batman are on the cover, and it's carved, that Batman 366, whatever it is, Batman anyway, is carved in stone, and they're kind of like fighting atop it.
That was a pinup for somebody. That wasn't originally a cover.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they liked it so much they said, "Can we use it for a cover?" And then that's how that worked. That was a pinup for somebody at first.
Wow. That's cool. That was like legendary, that cover, so good. But that's the issue I had, and it was Newton and Alcala inside, which I thought was, the stuff looked really, really good.
Yeah. Oh, Razmain is saying that Esteban Moroto is Spanish.
Oh, okay.
And Demonized is asking if I remember the Eclipse comic, The Prowler. I vaguely remember The Prowler, but I remember the name, but I don't remember.
Well, wait a minute, that was a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man villain.
The Eclipse Prowler, I don't remember that.
Well, I don't know how they could have got away with that.
Yeah.
Sneakily.
Guess Marvel wasn't paying attention or something.
So I got a question. You were talking about somebody. Yeah. you were talking about Bruce Timm earlier, about how he uses only typing paper.
Yeah.
Does all those paintings he does, where they're like marker renderings,
Yep.
pencil, all that's on typing paper?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Wow.
How does he?
Yeah, I've seen some of those. They're like
it's on copy paper, not typing
paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between typing paper and copy paper?
Yeah.
Typing paper has a different tooth, and it's thinner.
So smooth is
Well, okay, but copy paper is still just 20 pound. I mean, that stuff is thin.
Yeah.
But he's doing its markers and pencil.
Yeah.
He's doing, right. So
yeah. When I first got there, like Bruce was doing all these drawings, and I got to see the magic happen, and he'd do the blue pencils and all this kind of stuff, and he'd have a wastebasket full of just blue pencils of his, which he later stopped doing, and kept keeping those and selling them because people would go in and steal them, and then they'd be up on eBay or whatever. I never did that.
Well, I remember a story of when the card set for Madman that you're a part of. There's a story that he tells about getting the piece from Bruce Timm, and it said it came with a box, one of those boxes of all copy paper, but he opened it up and it's filled with all those sketches you're talking about. He usually throws away.
Yeah,
so,
he does. He does a ton of things before you see that one final thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that some of the stuff that he would just crumple up and throw away and put into the trash, it was so quality. I was just like, dude, you're throwing away money. But he got over that quick.
Backing up a little bit, Marcus says that Joe Orlando went down to the Philippines to visit and hired all those artists. But yeah, I would concur with that. That's the story that I heard too. So DC is the ones that were responsible for bringing those guys here.
They've done a lot of cool stuff. I mean, the Vertigo, the going there and finding great artists. I mean, they've done a lot of like really interesting stuff. I mean, so has Marvel. I mean, they're the ones that spearheaded the getting comic stores cash registers instead of shoe boxes to keep money in. Each one had like great innovations for comics. Yeah. Do you remember that? I forget the lady who did it. She's I've been trying to remember her name.
Was it Kalish? Carol Kalish?
I think so. I don't know. Chad will have to. If you know that's for sure, then I'll take your word for it.
No, I don't. I'm just.
I forget.
She was like the. I thought she was like the liaison.
Kalish, I think. Yeah.
Market.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, kind of the spearhead of that whole movement.
Hey, Aaron, I sent you something.
Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter.
While you're looking, I'll read a couple of things from the chat.
While I'm away from the drawing table doing something for David.
Blackjack says Tim Truman and John Snyder and our own Graham Nolan on the follow-up Revenge of the Prowler series.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. Custom God says, just tuned in. Looks like Aaron is drawing Brock Sampson.
Brock Sampson? What?
It's from a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
You don't know that? It's from Venture Brothers. It's a good one. You never seen that?
I'm familiar with Venture Brothers, but I don't think I ever watched it, actually.
Isn't that where Brock Sampson's from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil Orr says, I am really looking forward to Gary's Cat Kidder announcement.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
All right. David, that inking on the turtle is so unlike you. That really, I really dig that kind of almost, I don't know, is that like Bisley-esque? What would you call that?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Haley kicked my butt on my commission.
Yeah, that's a really wild style for you.
Yeah,
very line heavy.
Yeah.
It's a
We're
great
trying to create
contrast with Cerebus.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, make the contrast between the two, and also figure out what that texture of their skin could be if I could just render it, because I wasn't coloring it for this guy. So I put a little extra in there for him.
I colored mine. So. Now I got to find mine.
Henry Jeremick is laying down a bunch of credits from the Filipino artists. I'm not going to read the whole list, but those guys were prolific.
Thanks, though. I like going back and reading the comments, so I definitely would look some of those guys up. Please. Always looking for new stuff to look at.
Yeah, and anytime you get a chance to buy some of the DC collections of some of their mystery books, House of, Secrets and Ghosts and
House of Mystery.
Yeah, all those, they collect those in black and white. Those Filipinos did a ton of stories in there, and that's a great. I think they did that stuff before they branched out into other things. So they're all represented in those stories, and to see them in black and white is in their glory.
Okay, yeah. I will now share my my full
I knew that
color,
would motivate you.
my full color.
Good work. Good work.
Ooh, nice.
Whoa. Yeah, full color.
It's all fancy.
Look at that blood, how orange it looks.
Right?
That's that Chinese red again.
They bleed pumpkin juice.
Comics for Life says, Gary, is there any artist out there you found difficult to ink?
Aaron. Actually, Aaron was easy to please because he was trying to make a statement at Malibu, because it's kind of early in his career, and he encouraged me to embellish.
Can you make this better, please?
Could you say this?
No, I don't know if I did, but he gave me complete reign, autonomy, whatever I wanted to do, and that's always the best situation for an inker, is it when the penciler says just go to town.
Well, I still say that. I say it to guys. I go, I don't care what you do, just make sure it looks good when you're done.
Yeah. That was the orders I got.
Well, and it's kind of like, if you can't make it look good, you have no business working at the end of the
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I only heard impress me. And I was like, oh, okay.
I don't think I said those.
But the problem is most pencilers have an idea of what they want it to look like when it's inked.
Yeah.
But if they could do that, they would be inking it. So you're trying to ink the image that they have in their head that you don't have access to. And that's the problem, is that you really don't know what they want until you do it, and then they tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
I think that by going in with that kind of an attitude, you miss out on some opportunities.
Yeah.
Because like I've had varying guys ink me, and like, you know, Danny Mickey doesn't ink anybody bad, but still, it's like I just let him do his thing, and he comes out with this stuff that I never could have possibly imagined, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, the only thing I think I've ever told Matt Ryan when he's inking me is, don't ink me quite so slick. You know, make it a little bit more angular so it doesn't feel so porcelain. And, you know, but, you know, that's like the extent of, because I feel like guys, if they're really good at what they're doing, they're going to give you an interpretation, but it may not be what you do, but it's still going to be good. Sort of embrace it, you know?
And and most pencilers are unrealistic in terms of what they expect from inkers until they've been around for a while, and then they figure it out.
I think Kelsey made this point about coloring. It's kind of like everybody wants their stuff to look like, you know, it's like if I did a Swamp Thing issue and then told you ink it but make it look like Wrightson, you're like, what? You know?
I got that all the time. Make it look like this guy or make it look like that guy.
You didn't draw it. How about you draw it like that?
Right, exactly. That's my answer. Draw it like that.
If you can't bring it in your pencils, then how can you expect the inker or the colorist to suddenly make it look like something that it isn't, you know?
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, and I get that with the coloring a lot. And I also get, can you color me like David Williams or whatever? And, you know, it just doesn't work that way. I mean, color on David Williams is very specific to color on David Williams. He does his lighting a very particular way. He sets up his scenes a very particular way. And so each thing kind of, you know, it requires its own thing, you know? So it's really weird. I don't know how to apply the same technique to everybody like a lot of colorists do. I just doesn't work that way.
Well, the interesting thing was with what you did on Nightclubs, I remember I saw you sent me the first 3 pages, and I was like, Kelsey, maybe I wasn't clear. Can you make it look professional?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You're paying me for this?
Oh.
I don't want all this David Williams crap all over my stuff.
Yeah.
But even that phrase professional, only professionals know what that means. Because if you say that to an amateur, you know, this stuff isn't professional, they don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
Because they haven't reached that point yet. So when you say that to an amateur, it's like an insult.
I might have actually said that to you, Gary, when you.
That's why I'm relaying this story.
Because I didn't feel that I wasn't a very good penciler when I started out, but I felt like the inking I was getting was not helping me at Marvel. I was just getting garbage inkers over the top of my garbage pencils, and that's like super garbage. And so I was like, Gary,
title of your next hit book. Yeah.
I said, Gary, I want like clean lines. I want it to look professional. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, I know exactly. And that's exactly what he did. And it turned out really well. And it actually helped me get to the next level.
Well, unfortunately, inking is kind of a mystery to most editors. Well, nowadays, everything's a mystery to editors. But inking specifically was more of a mystery to editors because most of them weren't artists themselves, and inking is kind of a elusive craft.
Yes.
Unless you do it, or at least you're, a student of it. you don't know the process, you don't know, and the editors were the ones responsible for matching up pencilers and inkers.
Oh yeah.
And they would hire inkers based on, things other than skill, like friendships and, convenience and
who
things
could
like
do it
that.
the fastest. Yeah.
And so you look at a lot of books and you see the matchups. And I mean, how many times have you guys, or even, you in the chat as fans, look at a book and say, why is this guy inking this pencil?
Yeah, why is Bill Sienkiewicz inking Rodolfo DiMaggio? This makes no sense to me.
Why is Bill Sienkiewicz inking David Williams?
Who are these people?
Yeah. So that's the problem with inking, is that it's a kind of a mystery, and that actually I talk a little bit about that in my inking book. Is one of the reasons why I wrote it, is for, hopefully editors would learn a bit about the craft and be able to make decisions on knowledge instead of, who they were told was good.
I would bet money that not a single editor read that book.
Well, you're probably right. I had an editor. I was in San Diego, and an editor came up to me and said, "Your book has been great. I've been giving it to he was a Marvel editor. I've been giving it to all our new inkers."
Oh.
And I said, "Well, that's great. How about giving me some work at Marvel?"
Right?
Yeah.
And the color just went out of his face, and he just walked off. He had no response to it. And this is someone that I knew for years. He originally worked at I knew him at DC as an editor, and then he went over to Marvel, and I hadn't worked for Marvel in a couple of years. And he's bragging about the inkers that needed teaching about inking.
I like that. He's like, "Hey Gary, do you know anybody that can ink in that Gary Martin style?"
So that's just an example. It's kind of inking's kind of a mystery.
Yeah, funny enough, I do. He's from Peru.
Yeah, Squib says that he used to buy Spawn mostly for Danny Minky's inks.
Oh yeah, the Capullo Mickey combo was really special. I got Creech because of that. I want like an artist edition of that, just so I can see the level of detail that Mickey brought to that stuff.
Yeah,
insane. Unfortunately, he's not inking the new Creech.
I always knew that he was going to bring it. He never, he was not a take the money and run kind of guy.
Yeah, unlike myself.
Yeah. That's what
I'm all about, apparently.
Well, the thing about Danny Mickey, he's one of those kind of, you talk to him, he's very like on all the time. He's like,
yeah, I know. It's like he doesn't know how good he is. He's always like, he acts like everybody else is better than he is.
But he's so like high energy. You know what I mean? It's like he's like a wind-up toy that never runs down, and so it's the type of personality that would do work like this.
Yeah.
Let me show this.
Yeah, please blow that up.
He probably does it fast too, right? Like, holy smokes!
This is a garbage man piece. Now, this pencil was detailed, but not like this.
Yeah, he fits right in there with the Nebris piece that you got. That looks like right out of that Nestor Redondo school.
Yeah. Wow. Well, look at the signature. If you have a signature like that, you better bring it.
His signature is eating your signature.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, he's amazing. So good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I knew he was gonna. I called him to see if he'd ink it, and he said, "Yeah." So I really detailed it up, and he still just he just went beyond anything that I would have imagined.
He was like, "Nice try, old man. Let me show you where it's at."
Yeah, I'll show you what it's really all about. But he's one of the guys that I keep all of. I don't get to work with him very often, so I keep all the pages that he inks over me. So I got like
he contributed to my inking book, and he inked John Buscema, and it's very interesting.
Oh, I don't remember.
Very
that.
interesting.
Do you have any?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Razmain has an interesting question. He says, have you ever dropped a book because of the inker?
I have.
Yeah. I was always the inker, so I never really had to do that. I've been dropped because of my coloring. I don't know about my inking though. But yeah,
you mean like quit a job? Is that what he's asking? Because you got
dropped. Yeah. You'd have to be more specific. What does that mean? Like not?
No.
Typically the penciler has the say in what if they don't like the inker, they'll get another inker for them.
Not if the inker's under contract and you're not.
Oh, that's true. Because there's the X-Men.
Yeah.
Who was the guy on X-Men?
Art Taber. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean before him on Byrne, that guy was on X-Men forever, and
Terry Austin.
He inked tons of different people because he was the X-Men inker, right? So, is that what you're like contract like that?
Something like that, where if the inker doesn't have any lined up gigs, they'll put him on whatever just to fulfill his contract or whatever. I guess it's the same, but the difference between, say, Terry Austin and someone I dealt with is that Terry Austin was wanted.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, in my experience, that were inkers under contract were guys that you don't want to see. I mean, they're just you're trying to figure out how they got their contract. A lot of them, I know DC would lend artists money and then put them under contract and have them paid off with work.
Mm-hmm.
But John Beatty was such a nice guy. Just gotta keep him around.
Jimmy Reyes, hold on a second. Jimmy Reyes in the chat. He's reminding everyone that CG has a hyper detailed inker. Him.
Who's him?
Jimmy Reyes.
Oh, Jimmy. You're an artist, pal.
He says, you should let me ink Garbage Man, Aaron. If you ever see my inks over Finch or Reese.
I have.
So
are you wanting to ink? I thought you were drawing.
When do you have time to ink, man? You're working on your book.
You can't be going back.
And you have to remember something too, Jimmy. I don't pay.
Yeah. So Aaron's all ink these. Never mind.
Take a page out of my book and never color anyone else again once you start drawing. Wait, that's not what I do at all. I'm almost done. What are you guys doing?
I'm failing.
Wait a minute. Is this the same guy who's like, you've done like 15 minutes? You guys
Has 15 minutes passed already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes to go, Kelsey.
You still got 20 minutes left in your 15 minutes.
Okay.
We still got an hour to go, man. We got plenty of time.
Okay.
Can you ink wash this? Because that would be like still black and white. Right?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure. Okay. If you need to, if that's what you need to.
Oh, wait.
To save it, go ahead.
I'm going to ink wash it with red.
I beat you to it, Kelsey.
Great minds. Yeah. I'm actually going to pull out the pen and do some cross hatching and stuff because, maybe on Cerebus, but Cerebus doesn't have cross hatching. He's got little lines like this.
It doesn't matter though. You can do whatever you want.
That's true.
Yeah. Since when did you actually abide by the rules of the show, Kelsey? I mean,
never.
David.
I got the time to today, so I figured.
Yeah, David, I'm hungry for.
I need a donut break.
Ah, man.
You haven't even done anything yet. you need a break from? It's like, oh, I'm so tired from sitting here.
This reminds me of like Adaptation, where he's like, maybe I should get a muffin and then work. No, I'll work and then reward myself with a muffin. He's having these whole debates in his head.
Have you ever, Kelsey? Cards on the table time.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever said that to yourself? I will reward myself with this.
I have indeed. Really? We got a buddy that draws a book called Gold Digger, Fred Perry. He actually told, he was talking to Brian Denham, another friend, and he was like, you know what y'all's problem is? You guys reward yourselves before the work is done. You go play video games, you go do all these other things, you look on the internet. He's like, I get the work, because he's legendary for being able to do lots of stuff, like just crank. He's done 300 issues of his own book himself, basically. So we're always trying to pick his brain about, like, how do you do this? How do you do this? He's like, I do it. I don't screw around like you guys do.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
not a
time at the table?
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that. I mean, all these guys that are slow, quotation slow, they're usually, it's more like, I don't want to say lazy, but they're very distracted.
Yeah.
And they don't spend a lot of time drawing, and that's why they're slow. But most of these guys, if you put a gun to their head and said, I need a page in 8 hours, you'd get a page.
Yeah, right.
It'd be pretty good. It's just that they find ways to get distracted. Oh, what's on TV?
Sorry, are we bothering you?
1 million BC is on again. I'll have to watch that.
Oh, well, you got it.
I don't blame anybody for watching that movie.
Yeah.
Saying that.
Priorities here.
Yeah.
I used to share a studio with Steve Matson. David and Aaron knows who that is. And I'd be working, and he'd come in. The studio had linoleum on the floors. He'd come in dribbling a basketball, and he'd just stand there bouncing the ball, and that's all. And I'd go, all right, then clean my brush, and then go off to the playground.
Gary's all, bring it, white boy. I'm like, dang.
Well,
cleans his brush and then goes beats the crap out of him.
That happened to me my first year in college. Is you're doing homework in the dorm, and I was in the athletic dorm, so you had all these football players, and it was off season for them. So they're like, Aaron, let's go hoop, and I'm like, let's do it. And so it's like we spent like 4 or 5 hours in the evening down there playing basketball. I'm supposed to be doing my homework. This is my grades didn't.
It's like a knee-jerk reaction. You don't even have to, weigh the consequences. You just hear,
right?
That sound, Pavlov's dogs, and you're like, you're off.
We did the same thing at Gaijin Studios with hacky sack. Somebody'd come in, or you'd hear them kicking the hacky sack. Everybody'd show up in the middle room, be kicking hacky sack around for like an hour and a half.
The guys that are messing around, they want everybody to mess around.
Yeah. Well, when I was working on Jimmy Neutron too, they had a ping pong table, and it got so bad that we had ping pong tournaments there on a work day, in the middle of the work day, by the way, while we were working on the movie. So it got so bad that they actually had to throw everything in the trash.
Yeah, see, David, that's what you get for rewarding yourself so soon.
Yeah.
No, it's not over.
That's just for talking trash to me.
Pride, sir, it cometh before the fall.
I had Jeff Johnson. We had CrossGen taught me how to juggle. So I spent like hours when I was supposed to be drawing, learning how to juggle. But I can still do it. It's like riding a bike.
Can you go pro with that? I mean, I could have gone pro in ping pong. I don't know about,
Oh, I could join the circus.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
you
true.
guys. I was my high school class champion in ping pong.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
We should get a new tournament going. I haven't played in a while.
Neither
I
have
will,
I. Yeah.
I will whoop all y'all asses.
Oh, really? You're ping pong?
Finish your drawing.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do any of you hold the paddle like Chinese, pen style?
I tried
little
it
bit.
a couple times,
Yeah.
but it's kind of
Okay, no, so none of you are any good.
Well,
I could.
because we
I,
ever
could.
play someone-
I didn't say I couldn't. I could.
Okay, you ever play someone that holds the paddle like that? Yeah, wave the white flag. They're going to kick your ass.
I honestly can't remember how I held it.
I spent a ton of time when I was in a commercial arts studio, man. We were playing darts all the time, and I got really good at darts.
How do you get good at darts? I had a dart board. My brother had one in his room, and we played a lot. And I was okay, but you throw the dart, and it's just like, hope for the best.
I always see. I thought I was a good dart player because I was a good shooter in basketball. I would have figured that would translate.
I tried doing that, but it's for some reason it didn't. I just
Interesting.
tried doing the follow through motion and the whole thing, but it's the dart would.
Gary a good basketball shooter?
Yeah,
I played in college.
He can play.
Gary was a good player. Yeah. The guy that my mentor in this commercial arts studio, he was a really good dart player, and he's the one who got me started playing darts. And then I when I got good at it, I started beating him. He kicked a hole in the wall. And neither one, we worked there. We did not own it. You know what I mean? So,
no.
Yeah, I got a little bit of.
Oh, that's kind of like the best, where you make somebody just like get out of character and want to wreck stuff.
With ping pong, and I learned this lesson, you think you might be pretty good with your, the circle of friends and people that you can beat them. I played a guy, after being full of myself, who played in tournaments, and he had all these trophies. Went over to his house, and he shut me out 4 games in a row. Played in 4 games, and I didn't score a single point. This is being class high school champion. I didn't score a single point against him. So there's all kinds of levels of good.
That's when you hang it up, right? You go, well, I guess.
Yeah. He would hit the ball, and then he would run around to the edge of the table and tell me while he was running, "You're going to hit the ball here." And I would, of course, I'm trying to hit it to the opposite end, and I couldn't help it. He put so much spin on the ball, he knew where the ball was going to go.
I would do this.
At that stuff.
I would do this blind shot where someone would hit the ball over to my side, and it looks like it's falling on the floor, and I put this English, and it just popped up in the air.
Right. Yeah,
and they think it's gonna go where they could slam it, and then as soon as it hits, it goes left on them. And they're like, "Oh shoot!"
Yeah. I used to love doing that delicate little swoop where you're just kind of tapping the underside of the ball, and it kind of goes in this like curve in a really slow motion, and they're just like trying to hit it before it's really gotten to where it's going. I don't know. I love that stuff. It's that same thing you're talking about, under the table kind of
cartoon where he's a baseball pitcher and he throws that slow ball, and those guys are 1,
yes,
3 strikes down, 1 pitch.
3 strikes, you're out.
Heat Miser says if David's as good at ping pong as he is at crumbling paper, you better watch out.
No, he's the best.
And no one can touch him at crumbling paper.
Porch Bear Studio says we used to skateboard until I broke my arm. Artists should never get on a skateboard.
Same. I did the same thing. I was all into skateboarding back in the 80s. Even like drew on my own skateboard deck and like everything. And then I went out there and damn near broke my arm. And I was like, okay, that's enough.
David's got skateboard stories from his youth.
Yeah, he seems like a skateboard kid.
Man, I avoided that type of stuff like the plague because I was always like, I'm not doing anything that I can break a bone with and not be able to draw, you know? So
I have a lot of bikes with ramps stories.
Oh, same here. I do too. Damn near knocked myself out on many occasions jumping ramps on a homemade bicycle.
When I hear these stories, especially from David, I remind me of the neighbor kids that did that, and I would just watch them and say, "There's no way I'm going to do that." Him lying there in the street crying for his mama. I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to be that guy.
Well, I never cried for mama because I was actually knocked out. I couldn't.
Yeah. No, I got knocked out. Yep. By a light pole because I was riding the bike trying to tell the guys to quit adjusting the ramp because they were trying to make it janky for me because I was getting ready to do the jump and I was looking behind. I was, hey, quit effing with that ramp, and it bong, and then I wake up back in my house.
Your mama just looking at you with
That's
this
right,
mean look on
shaking
her
her
face.
head, just like.
How many times, David? How many times?
Yeah. Michael Bancroft is in the chat, and he says that he broke his arm rollerblading at least 24 times.
Oh my goodness!
Mostly just wrist fractures, but a couple of proper breaks. And see, that's a never mind. That term proper breaks and one elbow break. And my question to you is, that did not affect your drawing?
It helped his drawing.
Yeah, he just learned how to draw.
Man, it's like, dude, if you're going to be doing disco roller skating, you deserve to break a bone.
So I don't recall disco mentioned.
Well, rollerblading, that's just synonymous with
disco rollerblading.
Well, it is Bancroft in his puffy shirt. It probably was.
Yeah, and a puffy shirt. Yeah, Bancroft, you're
what do they call those stretchy polyester pants, the bell bottoms and everything?
Yeah.
Your mythology is growing as we speak.
Yeah, he's had many career. I wonder if he was still rollerblading. He was doing what was it? Poker. He's like a poker champion as well.
Really? I went through a phase where I was playing poker quite a bit.
You should come to Vegas. I think we got a show in Vegas next year, and I think Bancroft is coming. I'm dying to play him in poker in Vegas. That'd be so.
I
awesome.
do not gamble. I work too hard for my money. I do not.
No, you do it for fun. Besides that, poker, that's not gambling. You got skill there.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Texas Hold'em?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won a tournament.
I would like to get in on that.
Yeah, come to Vegas. Let's see if we can hook that up. It's
Playing
just a friendly game.
Playing poker with you guys in Vegas and being served drinks, that would be awesome.
It'd be fantastic. I'd love that. So Bancroft better come out there. I think he is.
When is this show?
I have no idea. I'm hoping people will just point me in the direction.
Ellie Munoz is saying that Bancroft is a midnight cowboy of rollerbladers.
Oh boy, I watched that movie and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was in it."
I can think of at least two things wrong with this movie.
Hold on a second, Kelsey. Bancroft has thrown it down. He says, "I'll be bringing at least $5,000."
Oh crap!
Help me out.
Yeah, well, I'll sit in with a fiver, maybe.
Hey, now, did you see what's the Steve McQueen movie where he's the gambler?
Yeah,
called Kid.
Cincinnati Kid.
Yeah, Cincinnati Kid.
Yeah, and he gets in the big showdown with Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah, great flick.
Yeah.
The all-time best Anne Margaret film.
Oh, yeah, she was saucy in that.
Aaron, pull up a photo of her. Let's see that.
Don't tempt me.
Good job, Margaret. Let's see.
I got a whole book on her.
Oh, even better. Break out that book. Let's see it.
Is that like under your pillow or under the mattress?
Yes.
He's bragging that he has a book of Anne
He's
Margaret.
got several books, one under each mattress, and
Changing the subject.
It was a book
Chris,
I bought when I was like 14 or something.
oh, perfect timing. Yeah.
Chris
What were you saying again?
Ramlar, am I saying your name right? Ramlar is asking if I have any plans on reprinting my book, The Art of Comic Book Inking. I sort of do. I'm thinking about doing a fundraiser for it after Brush with Inking. I'm seriously considering it.
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
not brush with inking.
I would like a fresh copy. I don't know what the hell happened to mine. I had the OG print run.
I've heard that a lot. People lend them out, or they just somehow don't have it anymore.
Oh, that is exactly what happened to it. Yeah. Okay. I
don't-
remember giving it to someone to learn inking.
Hang on to your books. Don't
Yeah, instead of them buying a copy, you lent it to them. Thanks, Kelsey.
It was out of print, right? I need an excuse, guys. Help me out.
My son has mine.
Oh, see, he passed it down.
Oh, he has to give it back.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a
Look at that
strong.
mint condition, baby, right
That's
there.
the first one, right?
Right?
First
oh yeah,
printing?
that's the one I had. Yeah, good one.
First printing. Are the blue line boards still in it?
Yep.
Oh,
I
you
still
can-
have. I
You
still
can
have
sell
my.
that for a bundle on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I still have my blue lines because I was actually inking them. I wanted to try it out. And
Did you
that
say
paper
Danny
bled.
Mickey was in here?
What?
Did you say Danny Mickey was in here? Or
Not
no?
not that version. A later printing. Each printing, I added artists and blue lines.
Okay.
But reading this book, I think this is where I read about Mark Schultz using an eraser on his inks. Like he uses a special kind of paper and watered down inks so that he can use his mechanical eraser and grind out mistakes.
Yeah.
And re-ink, which I just thought was the craziest thing I've ever heard. Way crazy.
Yeah, and he used it to rough up edges, to give that.
Yeah.
My favorite piece in that book is Scott Williams inking Rude. I thought
that was a trip. That was such a trip.
Yeah.
Who would have thought he'd be good at inking Steve Rude? I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. He kind of like modernized it, kind of gave it that sort of 90s image flair kind of to it.
It was interesting getting Rude's take on some of those inkers on him.
What did he think of Scott? Probably didn't like Scott Williams.
I don't remember what he said about Scott.
A little too modern, probably.
I think, I can't be sure. I think he was making this comment about Kevin Nolan inking him.
Yeah.
It's one of the layout pieces of Sundra and what's that cat girl's character, Kelsey?
Don't ask me. I don't read comics.
Yeah, you drew it.
It's the Nexus character.
Yeah, I can never remember any of these characters' names.
Anyway, it's.
I remember Horatio Hellpop.
All right, it's that cat girl and Sandra having a picnic.
Yeah, right.
But it's layouts, tight layouts, no rendering on it or blacks or whatever. And I think it was
Kevin Nolan.
Nolan. Yeah, sorry, I had a Biden moment. I think it was Nolan that I was asking him about, and all. Rude didn't like how Nolan made the background black. Dropped in all these, heavy shadows and everything. He didn't like how Nolan did that. So his comment was, "Who the hell has a picnic at night?"
That's a great comment. Yeah, that's actually perfect. You should have get. It would have been more interesting to have like the one that I was trying to ink that had like the mad scientist guy, the Iron Mask. Dude.
Yeah.
And it's like that would have been really much more appropriate for a Kevin Nolan take, I think.
Well,
do,
Will
like,
kind of
dark
does finishes on everything, and I wanted him to ink something that needed finishes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you had the two separate pieces, right? You had finishers in there, and then you had guys who were just straight up inkers.
Yeah.
Who else was in there?
Some person is asking me.
Scott was in there?
Some person.
Dave Stevens did one, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
Mark Schultz.
dang, I forgot about that.
Mark Schultz, Dave Stevens. Yeah, if you look at what Dave did, he redrew Rude's anatomy.
Oh, wow.
And he made it better.
Wow. What did Steve say about that?
I didn't ask him about that.
Oh, yeah. Probably for the best.
But that was the same piece of the picnic, Sandra picnic, where you see, like leggy girls having a picnic, and Stevens kind of went to town on the gams.
Did you ever ask him about Gil Kane, Gary?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some person in the chat is asking if I'm any relation to Don Martin. No, I'm afraid not. Although Don was my father's name.
But
So you are, just not the Don Martin he's referring to.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Jerry Rasco is saying that he still has his blue lines in his copy of the inking book.
Nice.
So, like any books out there, you guys that still have the blue lines, that you can get, at least $100 for it.
Wow.
And that'll buy me lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dang, I wish I kept mine so I can get rid of it now.
That's pretty good. Only I kept it so I could sell it now.
Yeah. I never buy things I never think about later. Oh, I could sell this later. I'm gonna think about that. I usually just tear it up looking at it.
See, even as a kid, I was always aware that someday this might be worth something, so I tried to keep it in good shape.
I mean, I got like 5 copies of several Marvel fanfares, just because I keep looking at like the Michael Golden. Yeah. There's 2 of them.
I would do the same thing. I'd buy 2. One I'd put in the bag, and the other one I'd read.
I mean, you kind of have to for some of that stuff. I mean, like the image. You probably guys don't have this one, but the darker image with Liefeld and Deathblow and all that. I got like 5 of those things.
So did everybody else. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still buying copies. Like anytime they're getting rid of them, I'm buying them up. I don't know why. I just love that book.
That sort of Frank Miller thing, right? Jim Lee on Deathblow.
Yeah. He was doing that, and then Liefeld was doing kind of a Lobo thing, kind of his Beasley / oh man, who's the guy that drew or who wrote? God, what's his name? Oh, whatever.
What are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Keith Giffen. It kind of has like a Keith Giffen / Beasley thing going on in his.
Keith Giffen, if you look at his career, has several art styles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, distinct, not just like a transition. They're completely different.
Are you saying
he started out working for Marvel, and he had like a Kirby style, where he was just straight up swiping Kirby. He left comics for a while, and then he came back, started working for DC, doing superhero books, and he had a different style. And then he saw, I forget the artist's name. It was a French artist, and he started copying this French artist. Which was completely different than his superhero stuff.
Didn't he get busted for plagiarizing some?
That's who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
He ended up, directly swiping panels.
Uh-oh.
but the styles that he, jumped around on were completely different.
Yeah, I always
I've never seen anybody else do that. It's not just like a natural transition.
I can't draw the same thing twice ever. So everything I've ever done has been a different style. Some of us can't help it.
Didn't he have an image book? It was called Trencher.
Trencher. Yeah. I love that book. Trencher was great.
That was really funky, whatever his style for that was. Really...
Oh, it was so bizarre. I'd never seen anything like it. That's why I liked it.
I used to go out to lunch when I was living in New York and trying to break into comics in the 80s.
The aughts. Oh.
Yeah, in the 80s with Keith Giffen, Todd Klein, the great letterer, and Ernie Colon.
Oh, wow.
And those guys, have been around for a while, and it was basically a what's your beef with DC lunches, and then they would just gripe about DC, and I would just sit there and eat and listen.
Someday I'll have complaints.
Yeah,
about
exactly.
DC.
Someday I'll have major gripes against DC. Oh, Aaron, you've got a couple of super chats.
Oh, back to back. Look at this. Duck Bacon.
Well, hello there.
Well, Duck Bacon for $4.99. Thank you so much. Hail Lopez, hail Beards, hail Master Martin, hail Chat. Money's on DWAMs for the win. Finish
this
it.
Must have been an early super chat.
Yeah, Kelsey's a close second, then Gary for third. Wait a minute, what's he implying? I blow you up, but for $4.99 I can't exactly. So H is for Heretic for $5. Thank you so much for that. He says, you guys have brought your A game today. Even Lopez would be in the running if this was a competition, which it isn't. Wow. Signed up for Kickstarter today. Thank you, H. Appreciate that.
Good for
Left-handed
you.
compliment, but hey, if you back the book, you can say whatever you want.
Uh-oh, you opened the gate there, Aaron.
I know. I take that back. I take it back right now.
You don't have a book right now, so yeah, I guess you'll have to owe him.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, insult away, and then he'll owe you.
I hope you really
signing up for the updates count.
Oh, there you go. That's worth at least a minor.
You get one insult if you sign up for it.
One minor insult. I'll be the judge of
It's just redeem the insult coupon. See, that's it. That's what you should offer is insult coupons.
That's right. You can insult me without getting cannonballed for
the low price of $59,995 or whatever.
It's your insult coupons. I like it. There's something there.
Squib says he wants a Lopresti Tick comic. So he's
Tick or Kick?
Tick.
Oh man, I would have drawn the Tick.
I'll never get a hit comic from you. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, sorry.
I'm just gonna keep on going. No, I would have died to get to do the kit. The kit.
I actually submitted to them way back in the day because I loved it. I also submitted to Mirage when they were still doing Turtles. I wanted to do that so bad. Anything they had. I used to love all of this stuff.
Dude, I was at a store signing, and this guy was sitting next to me. I'd never heard of him, had no idea who he was, and I still can't think of his name. And he had a line a mile long. He was like, I'm like, who is this guy that I've never heard of? He's got more people than me.
I could totally see you doing that. Who's this guy with a longer line than me? And I don't even know who he is.
It turned out he was drawing one of the Turtle books.
Oh, what's his name? Jim Lawson? Is that his name?
I don't know. Maybe. No offense, Jim, if you're out there. But
he did a bunch of them.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but I was just like, come on, man, seriously? I got Justice League right here, pal. No.
Torchbearer Studios is saying adios. He says, got to go. Time to get ready for the date night with the wifey.
Woo,
I
woo.
can't wait to
Whoa.
watch the rest of the video tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Have fun.
That's
I
right,
hope you
Dave.
score.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. He's a monster. Says, all the money I have given to CG, I'll say whatever I want. Just like I did before. I
Good
have
point.
Many.
Good
Facts.
point.
Hail chat, hail art, hail CG.
There you go.
My personal runner,
Touche. Yeah.
Ellie Munoz says, "Yeah, I got to go cut the lawn. Kelsey wins again." What is he even talking about? God. Hey.
I'm glad he said that before he left.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Had to get that in. Yeah, jeez.
Well, it's not a competition, though.
No,
Don't
it
worry.
isn't. It's just a friendly get together. I don't know why people insist on trying to make this a competition.
Let's see if you put that in the title description, a friendly get together of fellow artists, no one would watch.
Come
Well,
on,
you see-
competition that ain't a competition.
It's not a competition unless Aaron wins. You forget the rest of that part.
Well, I know. I encourage people to compliment my work, but I mean, it's not a competition.
It's
Eric
also
and
just a
Boyd.
sketch unless it's good.
That's right. If you don't like it, it's just a sketch. What do you expect for 2
Yeah.
hours?
Yeah. That's always the fail-safe word for artists. Just a sketch.
It's just a sketch.
Yeah.
Eric and Boyd says, I legit want every piece being worked on right now. That's
Oh,
a
cool.
Well,
high
you know what?
compliment.
Next week.
Yeah, that's true. You can buy all of them next week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Eric. You got to back it up.
Yeah.
Except for David's. That'll be done next month.
Yeah, that's right. It won't be done in time.
I don't know. He might whip something out here. His
Well,
head's
hang
down.
on now.
Music's on.
Whoa, now, wait a minute.
Heads down. Music on. He must be doing something. He's eating a sandwich.
We already had a donut, didn't he? He took a donut break or something?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Aaron, plug the auction again. Some people are just tuning in.
Yeah, next week. Last week I said it was going to be in 2 or 3 weeks, but I was wrong because I miscounted. This is episode 39. Next week is episode 40, and every 10 episodes we do an art auction. So next week will be the art auction. How that works is we do the drawing like the regular show, and then as soon as we're done, the 2-hour time limit's up, we auction off several pieces of artwork, and you will hopefully give us money. That's kind of how it works. And then eventually Kelsey will send you the artwork that she bought.
Yeah, someday, yes. Eventually the art goes up.
Angela Curry's in the chat, and she says, but my birthday's in 10 days. Anyone feeling generous?
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Any takers?
That's right. You
Yeah,
got to,
Angela's been around, so she deserves it.
what do you
That's
mean
a
she's
free
been around?
birthday
What are you
piece.
implying? What are you implying, Gary? That's
That
not very-
she's one of the backbones.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure we're clear on what you're talking about.
All right, how much time we got? Where are we at?
You got like about 30 seconds.
So
Oh,
again,
perfect.
30 minutes, give or take.
Oh,
Depends
that's
how
too
much
much.
time
Too
you
much
need.
time. I don't need that much time. We can
Depends
wrap
how
it up.
much I need, Kelsey.
Kelsey, he always tells you how much time he needs.
Oh,
How much
he.
time-
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This isn't about you, Kelsey.
Oh,
You dolt! Don't you know that by now?
oh,
Haven't
dang!
you learned anything?
I forgot. You tell me every week. I just not hearing.
He just doesn't stick.
Eric and Boyd is saying Angela is using her wiles to get some swag.
It works. Done. I'll send you something tomorrow.
There you go. It's too much to get Kelsey.
How come wiles is only referred to women? You never say manly wiles. It's always feminine wiles.
Hmm.
What's the man equivalent? The
I don't
your
know.
manly, your must,
Teens?
your what?
Scheming?
Plots?
Oh,
I don't know. Angela, help us out here. How would you?
your masculine schemes? That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. In a different circle, that would be interpreted.
Schemes and scams. Schemes and scams. Sorry, that was before y'all's time. Sorry.
What are you doing?
You guys don't remember schemes and scams. Dealing with a bunch of kids here. You guys are young in the CG world. That's an old one.
For me.
All right, get some splatter on there. Make John Malin happy.
Yeah, that's right. Don't splatter. You have purpose behind your splatter.
My splatter is for grit and to annoy John Malin. That's all.
There you go.
What, he likes splatter all over himself?
What?
No, he does not like splatter.
Oh,
What this?
Well, no, let's say he doesn't like splatter without purpose. You're right, I think.
Oh, okay.
Could have had some kind of reason for it.
So, like, as a design element, he doesn't like it.
No.
I gotta dig out my old comics because I did like a 6-page thing early on when I discovered toothbrush splatter.
Uh-huh.
It's
And
all
so
it
it's
is.
like
It's
a splatter on 6 pages in a row.
It's all it is, and I know that will drive him insane. I gotta find it.
I'd like to see. I definitely would like to see that.
All right, I'll pull it out for the next week because it's. Oh wait, next week is the auction, right?
yeah. You can still pull it out.
You can still.
I don't know. That's a lot of things to do in one show. I don't. I'll try. I'll give it a shot.
You have time. You finished early.
Tired thinking about it. Oh boy, that's.
Yeah, Malin. Come to think of it, Malin would hate my work because I use splatter in a rotation. That's like, what haven't I used lately?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, so
I
it's
haven't
just
done splatter.
arbitrary.
Okay, it's splatter time. That's the only reason why I use it.
It's splatter time.
Yeah.
I like it. It to me, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I like, getting my finger in there and rubbing the ink in there and things like that. I like the splatter. I have like ink finger after I do that, where it's like one whole finger is just covered in ink.
Hold on a second.
Splatter.
You like ink finger?
Yeah, I think it's fun when you get done and you get like this black.
Was that
Everybody
a
thinks you've been.
James Bond movie?
Everybody thinks I've been smoking
Yeah,
meth all
ink
day.
finger, the
Ink
new
finger.
Bond villain.
Ink finger, yeah.
I see. I get ink on my hands. I can't wait to wash them.
Yeah, that's me next.
No, I like it. I like being because I was like one of those guys that I went to
Visceral.
painting class and everybody else had all these smocks on and all this stuff and they had paint head to toe, and I would have painted like a whole piece in just my jeans and not a single drop of paint anywhere. So
You
I was
take
always
your
pretty.
shirt off and just cover yourself in paint. You're just there.
Yeah, I did that afterwards. I'm like, I don't need to get my. I'm trying to work now. Pleasure is for later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just never understood why people got paint all over themselves. It's like, can you just not do that? Apparently,
You ever
it's
notice, like in movies and on TV, whenever any actor is playing an artist, they always have paint on their cheek?
yeah. Yeah.
It's like, how do you get paint on your face?
Well, you get it on your hand, and you got to scratch your nose or something, and suddenly it's it's everywhere.
Well, I've never done that in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I get paint and ink all over my hands, and then I don't realize it's there, and then suddenly it's on my sandwich, and I'm like, where did that go?
Never had it on my sandwich, thank God.
Yeah, it's
What's
on my
that,
teeth.
Well, Kirk Douglas movie where he's playing.
Oh, the agony, not the agony FC.
Yeah, Agony and Ecstasy, where
No, that's Charlton Heston as Michelangelo. The agony.
oh, you're right. What's the one where he's playing
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh? Yeah.
Oh, that's Dreams. That's a Kurosawa flick, right?
No.
It's Have you seen my ear? I think is what that's the English translation of the French.
Well, anyway,
My ear, not my rear.
There's a scene where he's cooking and there's paint in the food, and it's just all over the place.
Yeah, I talk about being clean, and then you see my desk. I mean,
Lust for Life.
Lust
There
for
it is.
Life. Thank you, Joseph Dredd.
Ah.
Yes, Lust for Life. Thank you.
All right, I'm done. And now I need to do my my red portion.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. How are you going to pull off the red?
Let's see. We'll find I need a good opaque gel, some kind of red.
Does anybody actually think Van Gogh is any good? I mean, I know people do, but I mean, it's,
You
really?
mean for proportional to the values of the originals now?
I don't find anything remotely interesting about his work.
No, I like his work, but I wouldn't pay, 5-6 figures for an original.
I think that's
even if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't pay that much.
Isn't it largely wrapped up in that he was doing something different for the time? Like what he was doing was significantly different than was the norm.
I don't know.
He's basically doing like pointillism with paint. Was that Van Gogh?
No, that's somebody else. He was like squirting paint on directly from the tube. He was using tons of paint to do still outdoor scenes.
Oh,
that was crazy. Seemed like, he's a genius. But no, he was crazy. He didn't know any better.
He didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Did you see that? There was some horror movie. I can't remember what it was. It was one of the Hammer films, and it had Christopher Lee was an art critic, and he was just ripping this guy apart, And so this guy got a little revenge. They brought out a bunch of people were in on it. And they brought out this painting, and fine arts painting. And he's going, well, "This is masterful. This is blah blah blah." And da da da. And he goes, "Let's bring out the artist." And it was a monkey. That's Van Gogh, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Jackson Pollock was that for me.
Yeah, I don't like Pollock either.
It was just the art world, they latch on to gimmick.
Yeah.
Jackson Pollock, his stuff is interesting, and it'd be a good decoration for an office.
I like that
To pay
Rockwell.
millions of dollars for a guy throwing paint on a canvas.
Look great in a hotel lobby. Yeah.
Do you see that Rockwell piece that he did of Jackson Pollock?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. No, that was great.
Pollock.
It was an old guy looking at a Jackson Pollock. Yeah.
The fact that Rockwell could do it, but still do his thing, and it's almost like mocking, Jackson Pollock.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Because they were saying at the time that, what Rockwell is doing isn't really art. It was like, really?
Yeah.
Well, even he kind of settled on he's a commercial artist. That's what.
Rockwell had a huge hang up about wanting to be considered a fine artist.
He let it go though eventually. But he talks about that in his autobiography.
Yeah. And he went to Europe, studied in France and did all that stuff. And
he talks about being there in Paris and walking around the river, and it was late. It was him and a bunch of other people, and they are hungry, and they go to they see this building that has a sign outside with a rooster on it because they couldn't read French or anything, and they were like, "Well, here's a place with a chicken on it." So they go inside, and it's like a burlesque club. They immediately get grabbed up by a bunch of women, and then wined and dined all night, And
somehow I can't picture Rockwell in a place like that.
I heard he had his issues.
You should read about the Rochelle days of artists. Yeah, they were pretty wild. New Rochelle.
Here's the thing I don't like about fine art is that, first of all, it's usually not any good. And then
Aaron, stop holding back. Tell us what you think.
What I meant to say was if you can't draw, you teach, and if you can't teach, you do fine art.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
That's what I meant to say. No, but seriously, folks, how is showing skill, and just because you're getting paid to do an illustration that it's not fine art, because fine artists are selling their work as well. So what's the difference?
And if you can't do all the rest of those, you do photography.
Right.
Axe.
And then if you can't do any of that, you become a critic.
That's what I was just about to say. You become a critic.
Yeah.
That's right.
Shots fired and delivered.
Well, Brian Norton is clarifying. He says that's modern art, and I guess maybe he's correct. Fine art and modern art are not necessarily the same thing. So that's it.
I wonder if this is going to work. Try a test.
I think you need to, come on, do a little bit more work on there and mess that up. So you have to start over.
No, he's signing it. He's actually inking around his signature.
I don't know. Kelsey's got this. He's like it's like Rasputin or something. I mean, he's got.
Kelsey, are you redoing your signature?
Well, no, I didn't have a good opaque red, so I did it with the white, and then I'm coloring the white red.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But now the red is like really dark.
In there,
so that's your red secret weapon this week.
Yeah, I got red in there somewhere, but it's like really dark. So now I'm like second guessing that it's like really dark.
From here, it looks like you're using black.
Start over, man. That sucks.
I gotta scrap the whole piece because of this.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks cool.
Like blood red.
Yeah, no, that looks.
Don't
cool.
encourage me.
Yeah, don't mess with it anymore.
Oh my gosh!
You say that.
Oh, sorry, Aaron. Kelsey, start over.
Oh,
thank you. I got 8 minutes to ink wash this.
8 minutes.
You don't think I can do it? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Are you mocking me? Is that what you're doing?
Maybe. Well, does it help? Sometimes that helps get over the hump.
Aaron.
Oh yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Aaron, Kevin Thomas has your back. He says you can only stare at so many fields and fruit bowls before it all looks the same.
Yeah.
Now you're talking. I'm going to watercolor this with black paint, though, instead of ink.
That's the whole reason I got into like commercial art or most specifically comics, because it's like I could go draw a cow skull sitting next to a plant, or I could draw like monsters and babes and spaceships and all this other stuff. The choice is clear.
Yes.
Yeah, tulips that look like female naughty bits.
Yeah. I did have an idea that I thought it'd be fun to go into the art community and do really, really large scale nature, like dramatic nature paintings in a Kirby style, or not necessarily Kirby, but just graphic and like really like in the moment of combat, like a lion eating a gazelle or something like that. But it's all designed like Kirby style, and you use comic books to kind of grab people's attention in the art field,
Hey, Lichtenstein, that's kind of,
Yeah, but I'm not talking about necessarily ripping off an actual piece of Kirby, just like use the design ethic that he kind of established. Yeah, really intense and graphic. I can imagine. I just thought it would be interesting to see nature art done like that. That's the only way that would get my attention. Yeah.
As you were talking, reminded me, thinking about Frazetta, how he would put like lions eating, elks as a statuary.
Yes.
In the foreground of
that was
some
great.
Talking scene. It's like talk about going the extra mile.
Yeah, those romance books. There's like wild statue of like a lion eating an elk or something back there, and you're like, where did he get that?
Probably because he was just bored of drawing everything else, drawing the same, people standing around talking. Well, let me draw like this dynamic, horse statue here.
I actually started incorporating some of that stuff. I would like, after reading those romance comics that Frazetta did, I started like putting weird statues like that in the background, like a lion and things like that. People just like, why would that even be a statue?
So because somebody couldn't do better. Yeah. That's all they were capable of doing, Aaron. Don't shame them.
Well, I'm not shaming. I'm just saying it's so absurd and yet it's so cool. It's like putting a statue of like a zombie coming out of the grave. Like, of course, if you're yeah, but I mean, that's the kind of stuff Rosetta would draw in the background, right?
But I see what you're saying, Aaron, though. But I just thought that, like, if you had a statue of a zombie coming out of a grave in a room, somebody'd be like, why is that zombie coming out of the grave in that room? I'm not sure they would read like a statue, would it?
That's true. That's an excellent point.
Yeah, unless you really make it clear that it's like a cool statue that this weird, this weird horror fan has in his house. He's got all kinds of like memorabilia and cool stuff. Then it's adding to the setting. Everybody will be like, oh yeah.
Well, I don't know that Frazetta necessarily, like, I'm thinking specifically of what was that collection that Russ Cochran put out of the romance comics?
Our Love Stories.
Yeah, but it was not Jungle Love. It was called.
I got that Frazetta book somewhere here. It's in this.
But he would do that stuff. There's no. It had nothing to do with the storytelling. He would just stick it in the foreground or in the background.
That's what I mean. It's like this. There was like an actor and an actress. And the actor was really
Untamed Love.
Yeah, Untamed Love is the name of the book, and she went into his room to confront him, and this statue of a lion attacking an elk or something, right in this guy's room, and it's like, why would he have that in his dressing room? But it was so cool looking, that it was like.
I think he's got that one. There's one I think it's an unfinished thing from a romance or I don't know what it was from, but I remember that statue in his sketches. The heck was that? I love this story, by the way. This is a great one. The Dancer Babes. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, it is finished. Here's a black and white.
That lion
it's in the foreground.
Yeah, let me see.
Statue. It's like, is he like trying to say that this guy's about to that she's his prey or something?
Right. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Oh, there it is. or
she was trying to. She was in that story. She was trying to pick up on him.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Around. She's the cat.
The lioness.
Yeah.
He's the buck.
Well, as we know in nature, it's the lion is the hunting, not the male lion. It's the female lion. So.
Ah, right.
All right. Okay, we cracked that nut.
Yeah.
Pays to be the king of the beasts. All right, I'm starting to get bored. Are you done yet?
Hey.
David's about to lay down some special effects.
Uh-oh. You got your lights out?
The only special effect I hear is him crinkling up paper.
Hush your mouth.
About 5 minutes.
You know what I really want to try is colored screen. Those overlays. I think they used to use them to actually color comics. And the guy, what's his name that did George Pussy? I forget the guy. Dan Klaus. Dan Klaus. I forget all the names of his books, but he did these colorings where he would cut the colored film and like lay it down, and like so he would have this perfect flat color because he's using these screens. He's not coloring it; he's cutting it out and laying it on there. It's really meticulous, but
you're obsessed with creating some flat color.
It's to me it's like one of the holy grails of painting. Like if you look at what's his name who did those. They're in every nail salon window in America. Patrick Nagel. Nagel got some of the flattest color, and that was acrylic. He was painting that. I don't know. I still don't know how to do it. There's no information about how he did it like that. he died too soon.
I was gonna say he died
He
young.
probably masked everything and then just laid down a heavy layer of whatever color he was doing.
Do you know how he died?
No.
He in the 80s, he's
Health nut.
no, the opposite.
Oh, really?
He was not. He smoked. He did not exercise. He was in good shape, but from like a guy that he didn't work out or nothing. So he was invited to an early morning show where they were doing aerobics or something. And so he got in there and was goofing around doing like playful aerobics and stuff. And then he died of a heart attack on the way home.
Hey.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow. So
Obviously-
don't exercise. That's the motto.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty wild. That guy, I was obsessed with his artwork for so long. It's just like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
These perfect lines, these flat color. Just don't understand. I still don't.
Aaron,
I think he would go ahead.
Sorry, Kelsey. This one's for you. He's a monster. Says, I would super chat, but YouTube has me on timeout. Is there any other way?
What? Time out.
You know what he's talking about?
I don't understand.
Shoot out your PayPal link. Everybody
Yeah, I was
send
gonna
Aaron some
say,
money through PayPal.
Yeah. Aaron will give you his home address so you can mail him a check.
Take cashier's checks.
Yeah. He's got a credit card machine ready to go.
Yeah, I got a
Give
square.
him your number. Yeah, just give him your number.
That's weird. I've never heard of that.
Mm.
I mean, if you can still chat, why would you be able to super chat?
He must have been out there saying 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah.
Timed out.
Yeah, you're banned.
Okay, now the channel's flagged. We're done.
Yeah,
All
we've
right,
had.
how close are you? I'm very close.
How close am I? I'm pretty close.
No, I mean David. How big
Oh,
you done?
Yeah, I'm close. Hold on.
I've been messing with markers. Let me show you while you guys are waiting.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, show us stuff so we can look at it instead of finish our paintings.
I used a couple of cool gray markers just for a little bit of cool gray on her. Thought it worked out really well. I was actually kind of surprised. Before this, I did.
Do you not use markers a lot?
No, I've never really liked how they worked, but then again, I've never really had a lot of experience with them. It seemed like they were always streaky, and I hated that.
Not use them, man. You gotta use them like watercolors. Lay it down quick and fast, and you'll be much happier.
Right, but how do you get the? I mean, what if you got like little edges and details and things? You got to like, how do you do that fast?
You gotta quit being so obsessed with this flat color thing, man.
Kelsey,
No.
Kelsey. Art of Roy says, I believe what you saw of Nagel was silk screened.
You think?
Yeah,
I think he's right.
I think he's right too.
Because I think I thought I've read him talking about.
Kelsey.
I thought I read him talking about painting it though, like an actual like.
Well, he might have
Really
painted one original like that, but then you're not looking at the original.
Well, no, okay, now I see what you're saying. No, Patrick Nagel made silkscreen prints. They made silkscreen prints of everything he's ever done. The original is painted.
Have you saw his originals?
No, but that's the way he talks about it. I mean, he's one of the most printed at the time, especially one of the most printed artists there was.
No, I think he's doing it like that guy I sent you, Aaron. Remember that guy who's doing those stencils? Yep.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Could be.
So I messed around with little marker stuff. I kind of liked it. I did like once you do it fast, and I like this, the kind of color of the ground and everything. I don't know, when I did it, I suddenly saw like all the marker drawings that I like, and I'm like, I do like the look of this, and I love the results that Bruce Timm gets a lot. I mean, he's
that layered fade that he has.
Yeah, it's really impressive. And
I learned how to use markers when I was working in commercial art because that's where we had to do all the storyboards and comps were in marker.
Yeah.
You know, if you try to finesse it, it's just going to be crap. You just kind of got to go for it.
Well, that's the same thing I found doing the show, doing the watercolors fast. I'm always like, why does this look better than almost everything I do for a purpose other than, doing it quickly? And it's because it's done fast and you end up with a happy accidents and you're not overworking an area, especially with like gray tone ink washes. As soon as you go over it again, it's darker. So you just go like, fuck that thing on there while it's still wet.
Blackjack says, I have a James O'Barr silkscreen print of his goat exhibition. It looks so much better than a normal print.
Really? Oh. Yeah, silk screening is like you lay on each color separately, right? Like you do the blue.
But the color is completely flat.
Yeah.
They used to teach us how to do that in junior high. Now, when I was in school, like silk screening was a thing, right? And so they would teach you how to do it, and that's just like a lost art form. I guess they do it a little bit on T-shirts still, don't they?
Yeah.
If that's what Nagel is doing, that does make a lot of sense, and that does make me want to try some of that. But you got to do extensive, like stenciling for that kind of thing.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right. Yep.
Thanks, Marcus, for putting up those links. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, what kind of set me off on this journey was I have this Punisher, or Wolverine and Cable poster that Mignola drew, and Mark Chiarello colored it, and I always had it hanging on my wall. And then I was standing next to it at one point, and I just kind of look over and I see all this little speckling. And I never looked at it that close. So I started looking at it really close, and you can see all the little inconsistencies around the very little edges and things like that. And you see, there's a little paint stroke right there that you could barely see. And I realized that was hand colored. And I was like, holy cow, it's the flattest yellow, the flattest color. It looks like any computer coloring I've ever done, except for the little details, the little speckling, the little texture bits that are in it in a real piece that
but when it reduces down, it just all disappears.
You can't see any of that. But I have the giant 23 by whatever poster, so you're able to see it more clearly. And then I asked him, I'm like, I got a hold of him. I was like, dude, how did you do that? And he's like, it's just a blue line technique. I'm like, yeah, but how did you get the flats? He's like, you just do it, like he wasn't gonna like. I'm like, you're holding out, man. You're holding out.
I'm done. This one sucks.
That's what you get, man. Don't be talking trash to me.
David, it's still pretty cool. It is.
I mean, for a sucky piece, it's not bad. All right, I will. I'll show mine first. We'll go around the horn and see what we can see.
Hey, look at that, Kelsey.
You got it done. Look at that. He's got the red in there.
Okay. There's my red sitting next to
red, quote unquote. Yeah. Good tick. You got a nice tick there.
There you go.
What's with the sharp objects? The pointy things on the ground. He's in trouble. He
doesn't want to fall. If he falls, he might be impaled. Although he's nigh invulnerable, so probably not going to hurt him.
Nigh invulnerable.
I guess I should have wrote spoon on there someplace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come in with some white out over the
It
top.
has his digits sinking into that rock.
That's what he's got. Hey, he's got a grip on it.
All I can hear is that theme song. Dum 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 dwee dow. Dum 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 dwee dow.
All right, so there we go.
Very nice.
Definitely top 3 today. I'm going out on a limb.
Definitely placing in the top 3 for sure.
Okay, let's take a look at what Kelsey has to offer.
No, go to mine.
Okay. Oops.
Yep. See, it sucks. Okay, now go to Kelsey.
Hey, you got it done. Good for you.
Yeah, well, he threw it away like 20 times. So,
Yeah.
in David's words, man, I'm just going to lay some black down. I'll be done in 15 minutes.
You're going to leave that part that way, though?
Yeah, right.
That's what you're usually doing to me. I got to get you back.
Oh, goodness.
David, you at least earned a participation trophy.
That's
there
right.
you go.
Like I had green ribbon for 4th place. Boom, says Geek Avenger for $2. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Boom.
Hey, Duck Bacon is voting for you.
Oh, that's nice.
You got one. Good job.
I'll take it.
You got one. Let's move on.
Oh, see, here we go. This is Death Metal Hero Spoon Killer Tick, Aaron. See, that's what we're talking about.
Don't read about your compliments over my.
Great Rubble.
What the heck kind of madness is this?
Yeah, he's reading his compliments while
I
we're
know.
listening to yours.
Get out of here.
Look at that. This is a nice compliment. Michael Bancroft. I like the signature.
Got a nice signature
There you
there.
go.
Work on the rest of it, but you got the signature down, man.
Yeah. Go to Kelsey's.
There we go.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. So you got the full piece, the full splinter being held down by ink bottles right now because it's all warped.
Oh, no, hang on a second. Flaming Carrot has duck feet? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he wears those webbed swimming things on his.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Got my Usagi. About to whoop some ass.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Good Cerebus. You could have
Cerebus.
thrived in the late '80s in the black and white market.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. That's my jam. I would love to do black and white books. Anybody want those? I'll do them.
TC says Kelsey is perfect to draw Cerebus.
Thank you. I love Cerebus. That was a huge. I tell people all the time. You think things are nuts? Just go read some like old letters columns from Cerebus from the '80s, man. Fandom has always been like this.
Death Metal Hero says, and I want to preface this by saying he probably doesn't have his glasses on, but he says, "Damn, Kelsey, that's great. Love the energy."
You added that part with the glasses. What are you talking about? I didn't see that written there. Oh yeah, it just I got my it's a little dark, but I got
there it is in red.
There it is.
It looks like Wilsey with the Y. I don't know why my K didn't come out, but whatever. Wilsey.
But that's really distracting and ruins the whole piece. I think about it for you.
That little bit of red.
The eye goes there, and it can't help it.
Eric Boyd says, Flaming Carrot was my dude. Kevin Thomas says, I'm picking Kelsey for my Usagi commission.
Hey, awesome. I love Usagi.
Is it Usagi or Usagi?
I say Usagi.
Usagi.
Ujumbu.
Okay.
Japanese, Aaron.
Usagi.
Usagi like cereal.
Yeah, there you go.
Milk Usagi, my cereal.
Glitch says, I just looked through my Shi collection, and it was Shi Senuraku #1 that Billy did a Patrick Nagel inspired cover for.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, Billy went to fabric school, so it's not surprising.
Fabric school.
Patrick Nagel inspired cover.
He was a fashion designer, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fabric school.
I want to use that. Billy.
Oh,
Then he'll get me in a headlock and
Yeah.
that's right. Use those marine tricks on you.
exactly. They only know killing moves. I don't know if I should
there's
mess
no
with them.
friendliness with the Marines. They're going to kill you. They just as soon as kill you is look at you. All righty. Look at
There
that.
you go. A strong showing from at least a fourth of the panel. I'm talking about Aaron. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Oh my goodness. Avery, you've been
Look
watching.
at I even put splatter in there for
Yeah,
mailing.
you see
Hey, a little
Is
splatter
there
action.
splatter in there? Oh, you did. Look at that little white splatter. Nice.
That's the least of its problems.
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute. Art of Roy says, Aaron Kelsey D. Wams tagged you on a solid red color I did with airbrush on Twix. Like on
okay.
Bar?
Twix. That's the new kids thing. Playing.
Oh, it's a new platform or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'm all about that. Achieving that super flat.
Glitch says I vote for Gary's hero pose. So
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, everybody, you have been watching Graybeard's Studio, the best draw stream on the internet. And the reason it's the best is because you guys are here joining us, making it a great time for everyone. And I want to remind everybody that next week on the same channel at same time, we'll be doing the same thing with a different topic. And next week, of course, is the art auction. So we may be auctioning off the tick, or maybe David's brilliant piece he just finished today might be up.
Pick it up for a steal.
That's right. You get it for a song, as they used to say. But anyway, guys, please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And join us next week right here on Graybeard Studios. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Later.